soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, mind makes right. In for the fight. Starlight out on low. Starlight out on low. Starlight out low. Cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, I make right. In for the fight. Starlight out on. Starlight outlaw.
What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing out there in La La Land? I went live, and as soon as I hit the live button about halfway through the intro song, I got hit with a notification that I've been mentioned in somebody's description. And I'm going to check that out, what that is now.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's Landry. Hold on. Let me see.
I knew it.
The title of the show is I went outside and they told me to report hate crimes to the FBI. Why are you like, do you want my attention?
Obviously. Bro, I think I broke the universe.
How did you break the universe?
I don't know. I have a fire under the ocean.
That is fucking crazy. Yeah, you've been sitting in the back playing Fallout since I was on grids. I felt bad. I was like, man, fuck.
Oh, you good, dude. This is what I was going to be doing anyway. I just saw the link, was like, shit, I can warm up my computer and maybe it won't smell like burned plastic.
I get. I mean, I don't want to stream snipe Landry's premiere, but I don't know why he added me to this. Like, I don't get it.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's a shitty AI song with footage of him outside. Like, I didn't challenge him to do anything. I don't know why he put me in the description.
Well, I'll tell you what it is, and I could be wrong, but this is just my autism telling me things. He thinks you're cool, and jumping on your jockstrap is a good way to pull himself up by his own bootstraps. I think. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong, but he does seem the type.
I genuinely don't know, and like I said, I don't want to stream snipe his premiere. But it just seems like an overly emotional.
I'll tell you what you do. Let's go do whatever you've had planned to do for the next 15, 20 minutes, and then we can go look at it. We're not stream sniping.
Fair enough.
Ta-da.
Fair enough. No, all I was gonna do was chill. The panel is the link to the panel is in the chat if y'all want to come hang out. I was over at Grids. We were talking about what's up, Just Becca, Dominic Terzaghi. I can never say your name, Dominic. I'm sorry. Well, how are you guys doing? How are you guys? Yeah, you were in vertical hellscape, but it gets you a little bit extra views, gets you a little bit of new people into the community, so it's worth doing, in my opinion.
It doesn't hurt. And the worst that happens is you get downgraded and put not on vertical anymore, which is weird when you see it happen live.
Well, there is a short that we have that is fucking. I watched part of it. It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. So let me get that pulled up.
Excuse me.
Again, the link is in the panel if you guys want to hit the link and you want to chill. Bring your own topic. Bring your own narrative. We can do some fuck shit today. What's up, Gar? You should hit the panel if you're available.
What the fuck is this? What? Mom, what the fuck is this, Mom?
Who are you talking to?
I'm seeing
Oh, she slapped the dog shit out of him. But she she slapped the dog shit out of him.
Mom, why the fuck is the sink so fucking dirty?
Who the fuck?
Cut that shit out! Why the fuck?
God damn, dunk.
What? Don't. What'd you just say? Oh, my fault.
So much of this
What the
is.
fuck, Mom? Why is the sink so fucking dirty?
Hey yo, hold that is a mom. She's got some big old titties. God damn.
I said, why is it?
Hit me like that, please. God damn.
Have you seen my fucking
Bobby,
pussy?
are you cursing?
I'm just saying, ma.
Mama, are you just saying? Are you cursing?
My bad. I be forgetting that shit, ma. Like,
Mama, are you forgetting that shit, Bobby?
Wrong with you. That's right. The fuck?
Sound like you cussing.
I ain't.
Sound like you cussing.
What?
Oh, she slapped it.
I don't want to talk to what fuck.
The fuck is this?
You know, I
Oh,
pulled
that
some
was-
shit like that with my mama. She lobbed a pistol with me.
Oh man.
That's not an exaggeration. I mean, just like right out of her back pocket, backhand across the freaking jaw, right back in her back pocket. Limits. You gotta have limits.
It's fucking crazy.
Now, keep in mind, my mom was like 5'1". She was tiny, like itty bitty. So even with a pistol, she's not doing a whole lot of damage.
Well, I told Grid when I was over there because we were talking about the e-girls for a little bit, and then I told Grid some of my toxic relationship stories, and then we were talking about how I can more efficiently piss women off. Right? So
Yeah.
so in my repertoire, I now have Simmer Down and Grid said, and I this one went over my head, right? It's because Grid's like, I'll talk to you in your native language so you understand. Simmer down, because it involves cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, I get it. Most of them won't register that hate.
Well, that's why you got to tell them, because when you explain it to them that oh, I get it, and they realize it's funny, and then they realize you're talking to them, and they get mad.
Listen, I don't know about you, but my wife is far more beautiful when she's angry, and I've developed a bit of a repertoire of my own.
Yes.
So anytime she's a little miffed, right, and she hasn't quite fallen into that like glowing beauty rage thing where she literally glows red and her eyes start vibrating and the veins start. Anyway, she says something a little bit stickly, and I say, "What are you saying? No, just stop. You're using your mouth wrong."
How's that bold strategy, Cotton? Let's see how that plays out.
This is a trifecta. Hold on. I thought that because that might not do it. That might get her laughing, right? So before she could actually turn over and start laughing, I go, just calm down. Which I know is a very common tactic, but here's the thing. This is part of the 1-2 punch that ends with like a full boot in the clam. So it's like you're using your mouth wrong. Now just calm down. And you follow that up with, oh, so I guess you're just always right.
Ooh.
After that, if she's not glowing red hot and either ready to fight or fuck, I got nothing for you, bro. You married a psychopath. She has no emotions.
That is crazy.
I'm still alive, bro.
How? Like, okay, so
Very sneaky, sir.
the story that and if that's you, broski, you can bring yourself up when you're ready. I I told Grid the story of my ex, and we were talking about women that I like, and I mentioned the torso tattoos, like right where if they have writing, they're crazy and a good fuck, but if they have like a full on picture, like a say a Black Panther or some type of large cat, they're like extra super crazy.
Actual Yakuza member.
Yeah. well, we'll get to that in a minute. But awesome. Oh, awesome! Thank you for the raid, Grid. Thank you for the raid.
What's AUM?
An unreasonable man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But appreciate the raid, Grid. But so we were just telling Grid about. I was telling Grid, and then I mentioned how my ex both had on one side the large cat on the torso, and then writing on the other side, and how she had actually robbed people. And like I was at her uncle's house, right? And a friend of her uncle's tire was fucked up, and I was trying to walk him how to take the tire off the rim, put it on, and she just kept interrupting me and doing just like shit, like nitpicky shit, and then flicking water at me when I tried to get her to stop. And like eventually I just stopped, looked at her, and like I looked at her so intently, everybody else started looking at her, and then she turned around from washing dishes, and she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Be quiet, men are talking." And she got so fucking mad. Like she tried to shoulder check me and everything.
And then what? And then what did you say? Because that was just an opening, right?
That's all I had time to say, bro. She said, "You fat motherfucker," and fucking elbowed the fuck out of me when she was shoulder checking me coming out, bro. Like it was fucking bad. Like she was big mad, and like she didn't talk to me for 3 days. And then when she talked to me, I pissed her off again because she was trying to get me to apologize. Like, you need to respect me. I'm like, you need to be respectable.
I got something like that happening right now. I got somebody who's mad at me, and I'm supposed to know why I'm mad at her, but I don't know why I'm mad at her because I was fucking hammered. And it was a roast. What the fuck do you want? Right? He was mad at me.
Well, I told her she went to do some and I was like, shut up and roll my blunt, bitch. And she's like mouth hanging open. And I usually don't talk to chicks like this, honestly. And she fucking picked up a Bud Light, you know, one of the cans that are like aluminum, but it's in the shape of a bottle. Grabbed that bitch by the neck and hurled that motherfucker at the back of my head when I turned around, bro. But I was like, ping.
Full or empty?
A full.
No, see, that's attempted murder. An empty one is like, ha, we playing. But like a full one, that's just liable to take an ear off.
Oh no! When I turned around, I said, "What the fuck?" She threw her beer in my face. She threw somebody else's beer at me and then threw hers in my face.
Well, who was she taking the beer? Don't you need to talk to that man?
It was her uncle's beer. He got up to take a piss, walk around the house.
Dude, I'm just joking. You ain't got to answer that shit.
I was mad. I was mad because I had just done the same, and I told her, "Don't touch my Jaeger bottle." It was ice cold, right out the freezer. I wanted the first sip, right, of my Jaeger. I come back, this bitch is screwing the top on, and a third of it's already gone. I'm like, it's a fifth, bitch. What the hell? You crazy? I don't want to deal with you after when this kicks in.
But still, just straight Jaeger is way better than Jaeger and Red Bull. Bitches get absolutely
crunk
at Red Bull, man. Jesus, that shit does
Uncle Guns, I'm an asshole and love to piss women off. So, like, I deal with those repercussions. And plus, I love crazy bitches. Like, absolutely adore crazy bitches.
The best pussy you ever got was from a crazy bitch.
Yep.
Changed my mind.
You know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? I lost my virginity to a crazy bitch. So I'm forever ruined.
I mean, I could make various nefarious remarks based around what you just said, but I'm not.
Go ahead. She was hot and fucking kinky. So
it was kind of the way crazy bitches go.
Yeah. But I told Grid that he should start an e-girl protection service specializing in protecting goths.
What do? Just hug them? Look around?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't fit your arms around them because the titty's so big, but you can try.
Well, I see one of my new brats in this. Somebody wanted me to. Somebody said we should cover this since Landry wants attention, and I see one of my new brats, Lindsay. For some reason, she's been a real brat to me lately. So
you do realize she's manipulating you, right?
I mean, I don't care. I like crazy.
As long as you enjoy it, I'm good with it. Just as long as you realize it.
With broken women, at least you know what you're getting into when you get into it. You don't have to wait 6 months for them to reveal crazy. Well, Uncle Guns, here's the thing, right? Did you know that 50% of women are on SSRIs and other mental health medication? Do you know that has severe and long-lasting problems for our society? And the biggest and most scariest thought is the other 50% is walking around unmedicated.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, bro. Like,
is that you, old man?
I bet you it's the wrong 50%.
Probably. Oh man. Well, there's two of them. Now there's two of you.
To me?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick the other one from the studio.
Yeah. I got the boot. I don't know why.
That's crazy. All right, so can y'all hear this video?
Obfuscate.
Yes.
Oh God, not the word.
Okay, so apparently this is Landry's coming out party.
Obfuscate.
Stop with the red herring.
Ezra
Because there's a real connection between
and
you two.
Landry are banging. There's my
You know it.
Oh, that's my exclusive.
My head against the wall. Are you saying that?
My boy got him a piece of pussy. That's crazy.
Is that Ezra?
Yeah. Well, is Ezra? What's up with Ezra? Why are you laughing?
She apparently I was on a panel. This was years ago. And I went up on a panel and she was in chat. And she said hi to me one day, and I didn't notice because I was fixing to leave the panel. And so, like, I swear it was like 9 or 10 months later, right? She comes up on Flo's panel and is like, "I'm mad at you because you didn't say hi to me." And I was like, "When?" And she spent 20 minutes trying to tell me when and where and whose panel and all that trash. And about halfway through it, I'm like, "How many boxes of wine are you through?"
Yes.
So I just realized something which you were explaining to me about Landry. You just pointed out that, like Flo, I now have a male brat and I don't want it. I just realized that.
But now what?
I don't know how to feel about this. I think I'm gonna have to block Landry on everything.
Yeah, it's your fault.
That will give him at least that much clout. Meanwhile, you could just let him talk shit over there and not respond to him, and that'll make him feel impotent.
Oh man.
Which I'm sure is a familiar feeling.
Take the time it would take to, follow him around or have a meaningless conversation with him and use it to stew meat. That's my particular method. Beef shanks, pork shoulder, chicken legs, right? Because I'm partial to the drumstick. Obviously, the thigh is the superior cut.
Cut your mic down a little bit, Dennis. You are coming in too high.
You get both of them at once. That's the point with the leg. And if you debone it, you'd be surprised of the versatility of the chicken leg.
Fair enough. So, damn, Sasquatch bounce. Oh man, Sasquatch, get your ass back up here. But no, like You know that you were in the description is right, because I went live and like halfway through my intro I got the notification on YouTube and I clicked in like, what the fuck is he doing now? And I see Dennison, me, and Chuck. Is that you, Miss Cynthia?
Yes.
What's up, Miss Cynthia?
So I'm chilling. Thank you. Happy Monday to all.
Thank you.
So are y'all saying he's coming out as in I'm coming out? I want the world to know. Or are you saying I'm coming out? Ezra and I are now a couple. I'm a little confused.
I genuinely don't know what this is about. People have sent it to me.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I guess they're joking around calling him gay, but I think they're also joking around messing with him about Ezra. So I don't know. What's up, Sarah? What's up, Mater? RJO. I don't know, man. I find it weird when dudes make a video about me, or not about me, but like put me in the timestamp, because like I don't, especially if I don't fuck with you, right? So I don't know. Yes, I had already said thank you to Mr. Grid. Hopefully he'll hit the panel soon. But we're gonna cover this Landry stuff because it's funny to me. And then we're going to move on to the Super Bowl and talking about that. Did anybody watch what was it? Funny Bunny, Bad Bunny, something Bunny?
No.
What do you think?
Negative Ghost Rider.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'm just pulling up the other timestamp of this. Here's where it gets good. I mean,
y'all think that online YouTube relations, like let's say Dennison and I just started going live all the time, and so, we never met, but somewhere along the way we started developing feelings for each other. Hang on one second, I'm on live. Hold tight.
I like where this is going.
So would it be considered like, would we really be in a relationship, and is that authentic as a real relationship, or is this just coping?
It depends, right? If you have access to one another, i.e. y'all meet up regularly or often, yes.
No, she said we've never met.
Oh, you've never met? Did you preface that? She's on the phone probably. Well,
Yes. We've never met, but we talk on streams every day, and then sometimes when the stream ends, we still stay behind wall, whatever, you know what we call that, and we still have conversations. Can this relationship be developed, or is this something else, or is this
I think it can, but it's not a real relationship until you have access to one another. Whether you're doing stuff or not, right? Because you can build those bonds with people over the internet. You can become friends, right? You can talk in whatever way you feel like is necessary. But until you have actual access to one another and can spend physical time, and I don't mean fucking, like actual spend physical time together,
right?
It's kind of hard to say yes that's like a real thing. But I mean, people do it all the time, so I don't know. Maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe it'll change with time. I don't know.
I like the way Sarah says digital love. Remember that song.
Did you love? Well, here's the second timestamp.
I feel like, so what, YouTube can be like a dating app, right? Why not? What the fuck else is it? Why
I would say normally no. But Snow understands. There's a primal nature in this, and
exactly, we're all human. Yeah, we're all human. Eventually, one of us is going to bang each other. Not me. I'm married.
Eventually.
Well, I'm glad that we sort of didn't go the Snow route of making it an artificial banging.
I'm trying to think.
Landry.
Bang on.
I don't get it.
What the fucking wink at me?
Well, just as I was ran over, virtually. I imagine that somebody else was ran through.
That's crazy. That's crazy. These guys' hatred for snow is retarded. I don't understand why all these guys dislike Miss Snow. What do you think that?
Because she's scandalous.
Is this a dating app? I've never looked at this as a
Well, I
dating
mean, Resto uses this as a
Of course
dating
it is. It's social media.
I mean, anything
course
is
it
a
is.
dating app if you can get news from it, right?
Yeah,
Do human beings have access to it?
Yeah, but I have not looked at it as
Congratulations, it's a dating
app. Okay, I see what you're saying, but I gotta tell you, I've never looked at it that way.
It's because you're a wholesome Latina lady. That's why.
Yeah, don't you remember when Jack and Flo met up in the hotel room and all the leg grabbing?
But I have connected with people. Like I've met Jack and I've met Joe.
You've connected with Joe.
I take Joe out and treat him. He likes to do wine and dine.
You should get anytime you meet up with a guy and
Mhm.
they drive up there to you, you should get bumper stickers that say begging for a pegging, and when they're not looking, just slap them on there.
Okay.
Man, that's crazy.
Well, I know that Ezra's been in I've known of another relationship she's had online. So
Yes, ma'am. Me
so
too.
maybe that's just a simple way for her to connect. So I just haven't ever thought of it myself.
Anyway,
They haven't
people
worked
can
out too
connect
well
with one
either, have
another,
they?
use it.
I didn't hear either one of you guys, but it sounded like y'all said something good.
I said it didn't work out too well for her, did it?
Right. What did you say, Dennison?
Any way that humans can use to connect with one another, they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're social creatures. I mean, like,
I get social creatures. I think that there's just that perhaps there's that, I don't know how to call it, like that physical desires that some are able to have
people
more
are
than others.
asexual.
Yeah. Some are very more sexual than others.
Some people don't even want to have sex.
True that.
those people are sad, and they make me sad.
Some people are deliberately abstaining from sex.
Why?
I mean, do I really need to explain it to you? You're not familiar?
I mean, crazy bitches are great.
They're fun, but after a while it does become a lot of work.
Have you heard of a priest or a monk?
I mean, but I sit on here every day and hear people tell me that God isn't real, so why should they? If God isn't real, you know?
Oh. Wait, what?
I see you're wanting someone to curb your brattiness today. It's not going to be me.
Whoa,
Maybe you can get that from Chuck.
No, I'm fitting to whip his ass. Is what I'm fitting.
That sounds like that's what he needs today.
Only ladies are allowed to curb my brattiness, all right?
All this shit talking.
Wow.
Toots with me, young man.
I'll put him
You
on
direct
my
that shit
feet.
towards Cynthia, maybe she'll take you over her knee.
There you go.
Hey, that's hot.
Digitally speaking.
Let's go. No, I'm gonna be like Joe Cool. I wanna go meet up in real life with people.
Come on, motherfuckers, drive.
Oh.
All I know is the very next time that Flo calls me gay, I'm gonna mess with him. I'm gonna be like, look here, buddy. I'm not the one that met up with Jack's Hellcott in an unmarked hotel room, okay? For 30 minutes. You come
Well,
back.
there was the leg grabbing that went on too. If you go back and watch it.
They were playing out the salami.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right, Agri. That's crazy. I don't know how you could even say that, Dennison. That's crazy. Oh man, never, ever. any rules for any new creators out there? Never, ever, 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 ever tell people things, man. Though it will, it can, it will. It's like the police. Like for all the hate for the police on the internet, these digital fucking popo be using it against you in the court of public opinion, bro. That's crazy.
Dennison, do you
Yes,
think
ma'am.
last night I had dinner with one of my chicas in real life, and she's a gamer, and she started complaining that there were no men gamers. Like she was looking for ways to meet new men.
The men gamers are gay.
And then I said, "What are you talking about? You're a gamer."
Shut your goddamn mouth.
I was like, "You're a gamer. What are you talking about? Like, isn't there like a whole army of men out there?" And she said, "No, that she really only played games with other women." Is that true? Like, do y'all separate yourselves in the game world, or how does that work?
This has been every relationship I've ever been in. Did you check out that Salon article I sent you? The most racist man alive. I don't know why. I'm attracted to liberal women.
So women and men segregate themselves by game choice.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, like women will get together. Women will get together and play Sims all day, and men will get together and play Call of Duty.
Hey, first, I love Sims. I'll play Sims with her. I'll play House with her. Let's go.
Well, you need to have Cynthia hook you up with her girlfriend's number.
That's what I'm saying.
No, gamer tag. No, gamer tag. Isn't that the thing? Like, hit me up at.
Does she play PC? Does she play console?
See, I don't know. I have no clue because I'm not a gamer.
See, that's the question too. A lot of chicks be like, "I'm a gamer," and they just be playing Candy Crush on the phone, and it's like that's not.
No. I think she definitely plays PC. Because I heard about here headphones or something and camera, so I definitely think it's PC.
That's crazy. I don't know how. Maybe she's playing the wrong. If she's playing Overwatch, she's not gonna really find a dude.
You're right. Maybe it is the games. I'll talk to her about that next time.
Well, here's the final timestamp.
It most certainly is.
Is it? Because I don't know. I'm an outsider looking in. I don't think
It is cringe, dude. It is cringe.
Yeah, it is
Because
super cringe.
It's unbelievably embarrassing and cringe and quite frankly disgusting.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I get it. You guys brought it here and
No, DJM. We brought it to you as an exclusive because
nice.
We honor the exclusives.
Yeah, but you had to know that they're gonna rip you guys apart.
Dude, they're like, this is the best they got.
We need to come up with reasons
wait,
why
it just came out an hour ago.
I mean, we just came out as gay an hour ago, so
Yeah, I don't know what your guys are. Yeah.
Can I drop DJM's link?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I have no idea what those people are talking about.
Well, Landry apparently just came out of the closet there. They came out as gay.
I mean, obviously that's a LARP, right? For views and attention.
I have no clue what's happening.
I don't know. I just think it's funny. I think it's all for views and attention because, like, this was the video. I didn't want to stream snipe his premiere because I felt like that would be douchey.
Did you see the title?
No, I didn't. I went outside today. Hold on, let's see. I went outside today. They told me to report hate crimes to the FBI.
And then he tagged me, you, and did it.
Yeah. And I went outside. You stayed in. Where are you supposed to report hate crimes to the FBI now? Featuring Chuck, Orthodox Guy, and Dennison. Like, I don't.
Why are we watching this shit, dude?
Because it's funny.
How is it funny?
Is it the
It's
new
not. I watched it.
video? Oh my god. The song.
I'll put down the AI. Hey, I really appreciate it all too. But I'd rather go seeking something that I definitely won't be finding on the inside. So I strap on my camera, let's lock and load. I'll ship off a package and I'll get ready to roll. When it's been a million minutes and God still is not picked up the phone. It might be time to start looking for him in the places no one goes.
Music is gay.
It's the like, oh my god.
Turn into 5 minutes. Won't hurt even
I don't understand. What's happening?
It makes no sense. I watched it. It makes no sense.
I think he's down to, hey guys, invite me over to your stream because some don't.
No,
Yeah,
it's obvious what he means, but I find an irony in it because the whole thing could be AI generated.
Okay, then you're gonna be dead tomorrow.
This might be something.
Hey, what's up, Landry?
What's up, Chuck?
Oh, there we go.
If we Chuck.
I want to let y'all know that I'm manifesting this for y'all. Y'all are going to be rich and famous tomorrow, okay? Because it's his birthday.
I don't want to be famous.
Okay, then you're going to be dead tomorrow.
I want to be famously
rich. Okay? Famously rich. Okay, you got it, Chuck. You're already halfway there. We're
Now
going to get you
we
some
know
new
why
clothes.
y'all are
I'm not sure what that was about.
I don't get it.
That's why
I get it.
Wait, what did that sign say? There's no space for what? Like
Hate.
that's like okay. Oh, okay. That was telling. That scene was telling.
I'm still. Oh, hold on. We got somebody in the back. Is that you, Bear?
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, good to see you again, mate. Is my audio okay?
Yeah, your audio.
Yeah.
Your audio's great. Well, we're gonna watch a little bit more of this, and then y'all can explain it to me. Retarded. I don't understand it.
Me either.
Steven, I know. His hands are so tiny and cute. He holds his knives. It's okay. Landry, you had a great today.
I don't. I genuinely, I don't get it.
I missed the whole thing. Yep.
Yeah, I don't get it. Where even was I in there? That's crazy.
You're on the phone.
I'm
Your
pretty sure
voice
there's
inlay.
Yeah, there's another clip or something somewhere.
Oh, if I can find me, I'll play that, but I have no idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was on it. Okay.
It was your panel.
Oh.
Your birthday stream.
Oh, okay. I'm well.
Really? Genuinely. Because that's good, man. I hope you are.
Yeah.
I find this interesting that if they want you to report a hate crime, you report it to the FBI. But I wanted to say happy birthday, and who else is here? What's up, Denizen? I'm a big fan.
Hey, what's up, Landry?
What's up, Chuck?
Yo.
Okay.
I bet you that sign, that's why he said that, report it to the FBI. I bet that sign that he was standing in front of said something like that. I'm going to go.
It did. It said, stop hate crimes. If you see it, report hate crimes to the FBI.
Wow.
Was he playing
That was
Did we do a hate crime?
Were y'all talking about hate crime?
Yeah, I'm lost. Like completely lost.
Oh my god, I love this shit. I need a break from YouTube. Aside from the fact that you are a walking hate crime in his eyes, he was making a comment about the irony that the people going around shooting people in the face are who you're supposed to report hate crimes to.
Oh.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
What?
Well, when is it, like, when should you ever report a hate crime? Like, if like you're being harassed or not?
Probably not.
Oh.
Unless you're fighting in a crusade for your own discrimination, and you feel like you have no other tools available but the federal government, you probably shouldn't report hate crimes. You probably shouldn't report anything to the FBI. They can't be trusted.
Gotcha.
I just don't get why he thinks I'm a walking hate crime.
Because of your dossier.
Yeah, because of your beliefs.
Oh.
Oh.
Your Antifa article, remember?
That's crazy. I don't even remember any of that.
But it seems pretty obvious to me, right? So,
It was, I guess it seems obvious if you think of OG and you remember all of those, but I just look at OG as one of the homies and I forget, I dismiss all that. Because
Would that also make me a walking hate crime?
I think we would all be.
Landry, apparently.
Are you asking me or are you asking Landry?
You.
Is this Bumpkin?
Man, you should know me.
Oh,
you should
that
know
would
me
make
better
you
than
gay. That would make you gay. Got it.
Chuck.
Hello, dear. How are you?
Every day I wake up and I see Chuck on a panel, and I'm blessed that he is not dead yet.
That's crazy. Be nice.
Fine, I could leave.
No.
Hurt my feelings. You're gonna hurt my last feeling I ever got.
I'm sorry, Chuck. You called me gay. You opened it up. So
each day I wake up and check the obituary to make sure I'm not in there.
I don't know. I love how like I feel like people said I'm just a Flow 2.0. And like
you're not.
No.
Those are just people who hate you and hate Flow.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't agree with them, but I'm starting to get haters like Flow does.
Every channel
Of course.
does.
Fucking real.
Every single channel on YouTube will.
Yeah.
And you did like completely model your show like 98% over his for like 2 months.
People see that.
You made it the same exact fucking show. You've gone back to your original format now. But for a while, it was just like the second Flow show.
People see that. People realize that. And if they don't like Flow, therefore they're not going to like you, especially since you're in close proximity to him.
Well,
right, and just because the fact that you guys get along, they could not like you for an entirely different list of reasons that are nothing like Flow, and they're so fucking retarded and stupid, they will just say you're like Flow because they don't like you. That's YouTube.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the internet in general, but yeah, that's YouTube.
Yeah.
I thought that's human nature in general because I've dealt with that shit in real life.
It's a little concentrated on YouTube, but yeah.
Anybody
the
that
autism
turns
is
the
concentrated
camera,
here.
anybody that starts a program is going to have a hater. I'll guarantee it.
Yeah, but I feel like I deserve a better quality of haters.
We all feel that way, son. It doesn't work like that.
You're the bottom of the barrel.
Ow. Ow. God,
No. I meant
Ow.
the YouTube barrel.
What?
Anybody starting off is at the bottom.
Absolutely.
They're gonna catch shit, and it's gonna build as you go.
Well, I definitely wouldn't say he started off at the bottom. He's monetized and everything, so I definitely
That don't mean nothing.
He's moved across the board some though, more than most.
No,
Yeah, he's rolled the dice for the first time and has yet to actually move his squares.
And once you hit monetization, you get a new breed of haters.
See? Yeah, new levels. New levels.
It's not a new breed of haters. It's the same idiots.
Well, I'm just saying. Oh, you're getting money for this shit? How dare you?
And it might bring up.
Yeah, no, but it's the same people though.
Hey, speaking about money, y'all should hit the super chat, yo. I'd be very thankful.
Don't forget. Just follow the journey of OG.
Chatter King says, I hate people when they say certain words. LOL.
Oh my god!
You need to hit the GoFundMe.
One of my best IRL friends says water like water.
Oh,
I want to return on my investment.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Worder.
Woder, yeah, Woder, like the gay accent, Woder. Oh my god!
Bottle of water.
Water.
No, it's like water. It's like he said, like water.
Water
Like
is wet. Water is wet. I love that. Water is wet. No shit. Oh my
I will have to catch up on this Landry stuff. Like,
really, you would?
It's really.
I would just like to put out a daily reminder, guys. I know I've been doing this for like 3 days now. This daily reminder to everyone in the chat and everyone that's listening to this after the stream. Shit, there goes my alarm.
Wash your ass.
The elite are literally eating children. All right, go ahead.
Oh my god.
I agree. I agree.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm just a reminder. Just a reminder. While we sit on YouTube, they are literally feeding on children.
I agree.
Oh Lord. Let me get my
Won't you
tinfoil.
buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Work hard all my lifetime. No help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
I know that song.
I thought you might.
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Next day we're gonna be doing this singing fucking One Piece at a Time by Johnny Cash.
A lot of people think I'm just evil.
I went down in a burning ring of fire. In a burning ring of fire.
Weird. I just
That's Chuck's song about the first time he had a jalapeno cheeseburger.
I'm telling you. No, the habanero. I mistook it for a bell pepper.
Ooh.
See, whenever y'all talking, I'm watching Goth Baddies.
Look what it meant.
Like whenever I get quiet, people
Well,
You know what? I do the same thing except it's cat videos.
You're kind of like flow state then. If you're gonna run a stream and not pay attention to it, then why stream?
Clout, bitches, money.
Eternal.
It's fun to talk, and then if I tune out and people are being mean to me, I just start watching Goth Baddies. Like when Flo's calling me gay, I'm just like, you know what, this would be a good time.
I see that shit all the time.
I watch dog videos.
Half of the time you'd be running the streams on my own streams, OG. I'd be like tuned out doing something else.
But not on my pan. When I'm doing my panel, I'm pretty focused. But when I'm on others,
how do you?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Cynthia. You got to be devoted to your cause.
you do. Yeah. How much effort do you put into prepping your show, OG?
Sometimes it depends on.
He posts a link.
Yep. True.
It depends on what the show is for. Typically.
Mm-hmm.
I host a lot of chill streams, so I just find interesting stuff to talk about with you guys. And
I've seen a lack of panels lately, though.
Who?
Me. I'm seeing a lack of panels lately.
You know why, don't you? Lack of money. Lack of money. People aren't getting the money like they used to because the people are running into some fucked up times.
Well, and also, StreamYard's not free and stuff. So it's like, if nobody's going to show up, why?
But that actually answers Chuck. That should answer Chuck's question. Like I host panels with or without money. The money is appreciative, and especially if it hits the GoFundMe, very much appreciative for the rebuild. But most of the stuff I do is just chill and have a human connection. Like, how often do we laugh our asses off over here at shit?
Mm.
You know?
Well, that's why I like coming on here, because 1 minute we're chatting about Red Alert, the next it's speaking to like a few people. That flow works really well.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I do it.
Do you think that maybe much like everything in life, just like what's cool and hip on YouTube is changing? Like whereas panels were cool during 2021, but now people are out more, so they're looking for something else. Like I've noticed the high influence, like look at me, I bought my Chanel bag. Those content creators have lost a lot because that just seems to be what people aren't interested in anymore.
Panels will never be as hot as they were during the height of COVID.
Yeah, because people are stuck in. Yeah, people are
Right.
stuck in.
So, do we need to change our methods as a YouTube content creator, or just wait for it to swing back around?
I think the swing will eventually happen, but I think that if you want to be successful, you got to start doing videos again.
Well, that's the thing. You should always be doing shorts and videos, doing something.
I use as social media, so I don't like. There's not going to be any swing for me. I'm going to do panels and talk to friends while I pew in video games.
What video game are you playing right now, Denizen?
So, by the way,
Citizen.
a lot of my stream prep, believe it or not, is for topics. Is I'll just scroll through Twitter and see shit like this, right? Games Workshop, DMCA, the U.S. Department of War overusing the word guard as the second word described a military force. The Department of War is expected to take the claim to the court with the Secretary of State, Mark Rubio, as its primary lawyer. Like, imagine being a board game company from the UK and suing the U.S. Department of War over using the word guard.
Oh yeah, the Games Workshop is terrible for stuff like that. Because they couldn't they couldn't trademark the word demon, so they just added an A after the D and trademarked that word. Yeah, just so they can go, oh, this is our word for it.
Well, someone sent Steam a DMCA over on behalf of Games Workshop against the dev of Void War for concaved rimmed shoulder pads. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then like that's I mean, I do a little bit of show prep. Chuck, you calm down, sir. That one hurt a little bit, I ain't gonna lie.
Chuck left. Well, I only say that because like I prep like a week before mine. Like I'll figure out the story, I'll research the story, I'll write the outline of my story, I'll gather what visuals I want to use, and then I watch my show back at least twice to see where areas I still need to improve in.
Well, that's the thing, right? I'm just a chill stream.
Right.
Chill stream. I don't have to do all that. When you stream, I've noticed that you stream about specific topics and people and some drama.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas I just talk about what's like relevant, give my opinion on it, and then laugh if it's funny.
And maybe that's why people refer to you as like Flo, because that's pretty much what his style too.
Well, I just like hanging out with people.
Yeah,
personally talking.
That's a lot of people do.
Well, people tend to like that. I mean, there's not a lot of money, and I think and we were making a lot of money like before the economics got even worse. So I'm thankful for what I do make, and I'm thankful to have a good group of people to talk to on the internet and in real life. So I'm just pretty big chilling right now.
Nice.
If you went out in there and dived in head first and started stirring the shit up, you'd make more money.
But I don't want to do that though.
Good.
Like if shit comes my way, like with Landry posting me in his description, I'll gladly talk about it. Or when NPC comes and is like, hey, Joe Cool, how did you feel? Joe, how did you feel about OG saying I don't fuck with African Americans? Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit, but I'm not gonna go to NPC's panel to try to run my mouth and argue with them. I'm not gonna go hunt Snafu down to try to talk shit. Like if it happens, I'll address it when it happens, but I'm not for all that.
I agree.
Yeah, especially with Landry though, because when I spoke to him like those months ago, it was just so perplexing that I honestly thought he wasn't real. I thought he was like a undercover deep troll.
Well, you gotta understand, like some people they lack creativity. And some people, like most of us, we have like a base level imagination, and whenever you embrace it and any kind of like public or corporate structure, it's discouraged. So like if you're in school and you start staring at the window and daydreaming, eventually somebody's going to come and, at least like verbally, slap you on the back of the head, maybe even physically if you're in Catholic school. So it's discouraged. And so we keep this like ordered, structured way of thinking and communicating. I don't think Landry does that. I think he leans into the daydream. And so, like, his personality almost is imaginary. And at least that's I think that's what he does on YouTube. And he might, consider himself. He may have a completely different identity when he's not on camera. You never know with some people. You can't know.
Well, my thing is, I also find, and Gabe can take this as a shot across the bow too. When people typically hyper focus on things on the internet, they're the exact opposite. Like if you're always proclaiming you're about self-betterment, improvement, and uplifting people, I found out that most of those people are actually the shittiest of human beings. And like if you're uber political,
true.
If you're uber political, like with Marte, if you're uber political and you become debate brained and everything becomes a debate and an argument, like Mel Cosmic Fox is a good example of that as well. Like he's come on my panels, like everything's a debate. Like, no, sometimes people are just chilling and having fun, broski, like calm down. So I don't want to be like that either. Plus the stuff that I'm hyper focused on, I can't talk on stream about.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I can't really talk my politics on stream. I can't really show y'all guns, ammunition. Like the closest thing I could do is survival stuff, but all of my equipment and everything got burned up. Right? So, I mean, we were moving in a couple directions before the fire to make better content, but it just got put on pause. So now I'm back to just being like, I'm in a position where I'm only able to really do this.
Isn't that the way the journey goes? You're like right on the path and something always bumps you, or there's always an obstacle, and it's just the way the path goes, the journey.
Yeah.
It is for me.
Yeah. Like, cause like everything was going so good before the fire. Like really, really good. And now it's just one shitty thing after another. That's why I've been smoking a lot of weed and being really high as coping with it. And like I've started working out after stream. I started walking Tucker more, playing fetch with him, hanging out with my homies. Like that is that you, old man?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like I find another reason I don't hyper focus on anything is anything I really want to talk about, I can't on stream because like my politics are a no-go, guns are a no-go.
Well, if you do a video of the guns, you can play the video. It just can't be live action.
Well, that's what we're talking about. A lot of my equipment got burn damage and stuff, so I can't really do that. And like everything was going really good, and we were branching out to start to do stuff for the channel, and everything's just gone, you know.
Murphy's Law, been there, done that.
So, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, I can whine about my struggles and use this as therapy, or I can make people laugh and try to earn a buck. And I feel like I provide a hangout spot where a lot of different groups and people come to talk, and we try to like build bridges. Like I like that Sarah came over here. I like that Grid comes over here. I like that Flo comes over here. I like that all of you guys come over here. There's just some people I don't talk to, like Snafu, Landry, Gabe, that are fucking snaky ass or shitty individuals in some way. And I'm just like, fuck off. Now, in the case of Snafu, he's the only person that I really think has an excuse that I know of because he's missing a part of his fucking brain.
Wild.
Like, so I pray for his health and him to be safe every day. I mean, I don't pray for bad things to happen to the others. I just don't really care about them.
We're all the same, though.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely missing a part of my brain. I'd say the same thing about Landry.
No, like Landry's missing like half his brain. He's
Well, I was just giving my reasons for the way I do stuff. Like Imperious, right? I like Imperious, but I don't like that he shit talks people that I care about. And he fucking does it. He makes a point to do it.
He does it on purpose, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And swinging back to Snaps, definitely he is, has a head injury, but more so when the head injury has an infection, I've noticed a change in his personality. That's when he's most angry and most, but when he's in the hospital and he's getting proper wound care, he does seem to have a clearer way.
Well, yeah,
my brain.
So, but I more so than the injury, it's the infection if he's not taking care of himself.
Fair. Heteropolis says, I too am missing part of my brain. I don't know. I was just born retarded, so I don't know what it's like to be normal.
Welcome to the club.
Like I'm actually not a degenerate in real life as much as I make perverted jokes. I'm actually a good little Christian boy for the most part, actually. But I just, with my choices in women and friends, I've just found myself in really fucked up situations that are funny to me looking back on them.
But that's because you're a degenerate.
That's from low self-worth.
Well, goddamn.
You wanted a therapy session, I'm giving you one.
Right?
I want a therapy session. Jesus Christ. I love myself. I love me.
Not enough to avoid goth girls, though.
First off,
ain't that the fucking truth? Sorry, go ahead.
Pumpkin, what are the elites doing to small children?
What?
Oh my God! What the hell are you talking about?
No. We can do that. We can do that. We can start that stream, by the way, if you want, Bump. I can open it up to.
I can't do it today. I mean, if we want to do it right now, a little bit we can, but like I can't do it today. I got to work today.
Well, Bumpkin wanted to do an Epstein stream, and my schedule conflicts made me not be able to do it last night. But me and Bumpkin would definitely should do that. He wants to go over the Epstein files.
I want to watch it too. It's so interesting.
Epstein files are fake and gay.
Dennison, no, they're not. Dennison, no, they're not. They're not fake and gay. They're not. These are confirmed emails. These are timestamped. These are. I don't understand. I don't understand. Who the fuck's Echo is that?
Yeah.
They pulled up Maxwell in.
Why? Why do y'all think it's not real? Like, it's really hard to believe there's a group of individuals who.
Wait, Miss Cynthia. It's not that they're not real and that they're not. Our leaders are not evil pedos. It's what are they doing as far as leadership of our country when they release these things? Like, there's these. This is smoke and mirrors. Like, they're only
correct
because they're about to do some fuck shit.
And you can't trust any of the shit they tell you.
Okay, but does it? How do I like help me finish this thought? Like, now that we know this is real, whether this be real or not, whether it's now come to the light that these practices take form in some way or another, isn't it? Should we know that as the public, and how does that affect us as a society? Or do you still pay attention to what's really happening and don't pay attention to the quote unquote accusations?
You can't know what's real in a hyper-realistic society.
That's actually the point of hyper-realism, because like in hyper-realism, for those of you who don't know, comes from the collapse of the Soviet Union, where their propaganda was like everything is rainbows and unicorns, but then you go outside and see hellfire and demons walking around. They're like, hey. You don't see demons and hellfire, right? We have the best food. We have the best economy. Our bitches are hottest, all right? Straight up. That's
Yeah.
what hyperrealism is.
If-
GT says, can we please stop calling them elites?
What do we call them then?
Dude,
The ruling class.
the ruling class works. The 1%, I don't care. I don't care. I'm on my I don't care at this point what we call them. I don't care.
I'm fat, so I'm not gonna run to the store. I'm gonna briskly walk to the store.
Holy shit.
I'll be right back. Dennison, hold it down.
We should, like, the 1% are not the problem. It's the 0.001%, and that makes a difference if you think about it. And we should start just calling these people out by name.
We should start calling people out by name, and it should start with the people in those. Fun fact: did you guys know that government documents can easily be unredacted through Photoshop? Did you know that? Fun fact: they don't do it.
Technically, they can't, but that dump was, because it was never it never was redacted. Again, very sus.
Interesting.
But yeah, we do need this information out there because, for me, the big thing is all these people who went to Epstein's Island and did what they did. They probably found someone else who's they're doing it with right now.
Right.
No, for sure. No, for sure. You don't just go, 10 years essaying and literally eating children and then just like, oh, he got caught, we're gonna stop now.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
they don't just do that.
Yeah, it's like if you're buying like a weed from a dealer and the dealer gets arrested, you don't stop, you go to another dealer.
Oh.
I mean, it's legitimately. Listen, man. I don't care, Denizen. I know you don't believe in God. All right, that's fine. Okay, but I think these people do believe in Satan.
Yes.
Even if you don't believe in God, I think these people do believe in Satan, and they think whatever they're doing is giving them power, and that's inherently evil. Would you agree, Denizen?
Some of them, yeah, they have their rituals, but I think there's a deliberate attempt to release that kind of information into the public, like diaspora, so it's, like if you ask me, the idea that there's a flat earth came from NASA.
You think it came from misinformation?
Came from came from the Total Information Awareness Network.
I'm supposed to start calling you Captain Psyop. That's okay though.
That's where we're at this point. We're at this point. Symbolism is more real than reality. The truth is completely gone. It's dead. And as someone, like, I made fun of Jean Baudrillard when I was a teenager, and I was like learning about philosophy. I made fun of that dude, but he was right, and we are in a matrix. It's going to become increasingly more digital, but it's a fucking fear. Like, nothing is real anymore. You can't know anything. Like, I certainly don't doubt that the government's filled with pedos who eat children. You know what I mean? But
we're just worried about that this is just a throwing certain people under the bus so they can continue doing what they want to do.
Exactly. Not only that, the whole thing could be made up in order to get you to react a certain way. We are so bombarded with programming, and like, why would they release it? Why would it take 10 years? Why now?
Well, I think of it as maybe a changing of the guards in the sense, like, one group or whatever is now overpowering the other group. I think that perhaps through not only politics but media, games are being played. So if we make everybody an scapegoat, then the new can, like, whomever said the Bear said that, it'll just be the new spot that they go to. The new ruling class was ushered in.
That makes a lot of sense. So then you have to ask yourself, how would that work when everybody responsible for the releasing of the files is part of the old guard? There is no new guard in Congress.
What is the new guards releasing it though? The new media's releasing it.
No, the new media is literally us.
Correct. I was about to touch on that, but I didn't want to sound cuckoo. But exactly. So now, with that being said, the new guard part of it, the workers, whomever may be, the soldiers, they are now the dominant in YouTube. So this could be the new class ushering it in without even realizing what they're ushering in, just a pawn in the game.
I don't see how that gets the FBI to release these files. And I also don't see why they would even have so many of these files. Like there's content. They're AI generated, it seems. They don't seem to be the natural organic result of an actual investigation.
We both know that everybody's not going to necessarily pay attention to that. They're just going to, oh my God, it's true. And they're going to run with that. People aren't going to do second level in-depth digging, and they're counting on that. That's why it's released, to usher in the new.
Right. So what's the end result of this? MAGA supporters start believing Trump is an actual pedo? Is that going to happen?
Chaos, confusion, and division. It doesn't matter if there's an end, just how long can we keep it going? And when this one starts to become noticed and dies down, what's the new one we can start?
Well, I think we already know, right? It's already on the table. Aliens and lizard people.
No, it's going to be faith. It's going to be God. It's going to be the churches are next. I've already seen it. I mean, I can see the beginning stages of it happening.
That already happened, didn't it?
It doesn't mean it won't happen again. Just like we said, everything swings. That fight will swing again. Because the new guards are in, so now they got to take their shot at the good and the godly. Because they think that their digital is more superior power than the creator of the universe, for those who believe.
I was going to say, I don't see the church thing like happening, because a lot of that has like died down. It could happen, don't get me wrong, but I don't see it myself happening.
As a woman who's a believer, I look at it through my spiritual eyes, so I do see this as a spiritual battle in a sense.
But do you see the churches as the representation of good, as of God?
No, of course not. Even in the Bible, there were churches that were misleading. Beware of the misleaders. It's even they're going to rise up in times like this. This is why you must be more discernment of who you decide to follow when it comes to the word of the Lord.
So it seems to me that UFOs attack God more than attacking churches.
UFOs attack God? Unflying objects?
Yeah. Yeah, it calls into question even more the assumptions made by a biblical worldview, right? It pushes like an anti-nationalistic, humanitarian agenda.
Well, it ushers in, it highlights good and evil. If there was nothing good to go against, why would the evil have these struggles? We would all just be like, they wouldn't be hiding this on an island of their practices and rituals. They would be doing it publicly. So it does come down to, why do they hide it if there's not that good that sees it? If that made sense.
So there's like different ways to answer that. If you are engaged in a practice that most people would kill you for, you have to keep it in secret. But I think like people are looking at this Epstein thing backwards. It's not about like going to the island and, getting your rocks off. It's about indoctrinating every person who's a public figure, right? So like, you don't go looking for Epstein. He comes looking for you, right? And so whatever it is that he can record or get on tape, whether it's young girls, whether it's young boys, whether it's this, that, or the other thing, it's going to be his job to find out what that thing is and use it against you. That's the point of the Epstein deal.
When you say come looking for you, do you think that they just came looking for you the first time they invited you to the island, or were you perhaps could you have been handled 20 years prior when they originally came looking for you and realized you could be something worth a good pawn? I don't know.
There's just not that many famous people. There's just not that many powerful people. We're talking about like 0.001% of the population of the United States.
But
so
I'm
that's
talking
even a smaller percentage.
This top 1% of 1% is international. I never ever think that these games being played are strictly U.S.
That's still not a lot of people.
Hmm.
And so it's his job to recruit those people, for lack of a better term. You know, you get them in the fold. And you do that by finding out what their weaknesses are and then using it to exploit them.
But you don't do that as they've risen to power. You do that before they're in power to
You do that when they show up on the scene.
When
they enter the group of 0.001%.
I don't know. I wonder how much that gifted and talented, the outstanding students, these professors that are oh, my professor was such a mentor. Oh, my pastor at this church was such a mentor. If these are not ways of an indoctrination in the beginning stages.
Of course, it's grooming.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's grooming, of course.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. They came looking for you way back in the beginning before you realized there was a game being played where they would come and look for you. And by the time you realized that, you realized everybody around you was that person.
For sure.
Then that distorts everything. So you want to expose.
For sure. And then but I would also not underestimate the amount of people that as they approach these levels see what's around the corner. Like we would be surprised at the people who are like, before they ever even get the invitation, know what it's about and are trying to get the invitation.
Perhaps. Perhaps some don't understand what the true cost is until the time to pay.
I think that's most. I think it's mostly a recruitment effort, right? So you take people who have power and you compromise them.
Yeah.
So Lou says, I haven't heard this story, Dennison. Can you summarize?
What story?
What story, Lou? Make sure to hit the like button.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what the mafia used to do. If they wanted to like put a senator or someone in the pocket, they'd like set them up or frame them and then come in and go, oh, we'll take care of this, but you owe me a favor.
Yeah, and then the level which that person is willing to engage will determine the level of the requirement of the favor. It's almost always up to that person. You don't need to coerce them, right? So you take someone who has like a kind of an average level of corruptibility. And you offer them things. You offer them bribes. You offer them women. You offer them booze. You offer them drugs, whatever it may be. So long as it's illicit and it's something that you have control and resources for that otherwise they would not have access to. So you control their access. So someone of average corruptibility may not indulge themselves, right? But they're going to be caught doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And that can be used against them. But if you're a heavily corruptible individual, I don't need to ask you to do this, that, or the other thing. I need to merely provide the situation for you to flourish and be who you already are. And you're going to take it to an extreme that's usually going to leave you in a place where I'm going to have you by the balls. And you bring up the mafia, the Godfather has a scene that kind of explains this, where they bribe the senator in order to get his vote. And then they give him a hooker. He ends up killing her.
Yeah.
No, I don't think any of the Italians knew that was going to happen, right? But how did they react? Right? They didn't, punish him. They didn't throw him under the bus. They swept it under the rug because now they really got him. You think a bribe was bad? Now he's got a dead girl, in his closet. So I'd say that's what happens with people. You give them the means and the opportunity to dive as deep as they possibly will into their own abyss, into their own indulgences, and then naturally the people who are the most corruptible, who can be used and discarded the most, are going to simply walk where they're walking anyway. You need not guide them there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, no, of course. Oh man.
And Lou, to answer your question, I've never been targeted. I'm a mundane, unremarkable person. No one's recruiting me for anything. What did you say, Bear?
Oh no, I was going to say it's mad with all this now. Like America used to be simple and good.
Yeah, it never was. That's the crazy part. We're still waking up from the nightmare of the JFK assassination, in my opinion. This is all echoes of that event.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
American innocence was lost during, and I don't think that it was a coincidence that it was at the entrance and the height of the space age and not the birth but the insemination of the digital age. America lost its innocence, and it's been battling with that ever since. And that tide of popularism, it's the reactionary part of American politics. Sometimes not even active, politically active, or even participating in the electorate. It's always existed. And in my generation, it manifested itself as what ultimately became the Tea Party, and then became what's now called MAGA. And it's the same string of political influence going back to the 60s.
Yeah.
And everything that's happened in between then and now is all tied to it as well. The sexual revolution, the tech boom, this reemergence of racial tensions. It's all just a big echo of the 18 months of politics and environment surrounding JFK's assassination, and then following that, almost like all of what would be called the left was wiped out. All of its leadership. Yeah. JFK, RFK, Malcolm X, MLK. It gets to if you think about it, if you zoom out far enough, you have a hard time not believing you live in a scripted reality. Because it's so fucking obvious. Like Dragnet when they say the events are real, but the names have been changed to protect the innocent. It's there's a narrator telling you, we didn't even bother changing the names this time. It's just the same fucking shit over again. Go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, that script would have been written since the beginning of time, right? It's not just now written. It's always been written. Worldwide.
Maybe, but I don't have that much of an attachment back into the past.
Right.
I can go back in time because of my parents. Right? And I never met my grandparents, but some people can go back in time to their grandparents.
I can go back to my great grandparents. I remember them. And my aunt went to all the courthouses and did all of our public records like back in the early 90s. So you could go back through that, provided none of that was altered, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I can trace my family back all the way to when we like had a our own shield and what do you call it, coat of arms. But I have no connection to that. See, I have a lived experience of the trauma that was caused by JFK's assassination on my father. I have lived experience of that because he lived through it. It impacted him dramatically as it did every other American. And then I lived with him and shared the experience through him vicariously and through his stories and through his political views. And by the way he chose to raise me, you know what I'm saying?
Did y'all ever come to Dallas to visit the grassy knoll?
Yeah, well, we didn't visit the grassy knoll, but I have driven through Daly Plaza.
Okay.
Is the bookshop still standing where Lee Harvey fired from? Is that still there?
I don't know. I know that I used to volunteer at the movie theater that he was arrested in, and they still had the original staircase from when he was arrested. But I know the window, the original window, like I'm not sure, but I know certain artifacts are now just replicas, and the original.
What are we talking about?
JFK memorial stuff. What's happening here?
Oh.
And I know some of it's been replaced. For what reason, I don't remember, but I remember it being a big deal about the window.
You used to be able to go inside to the building and look out the window yourself.
Mm-hmm. And when I worked in Parkland, which is the hospital he was taken to, in the hallway, they had encased in glass the original stretcher and IV poles and all equipment that was used on him. But I'm not sure if it carried over to the new hospital. And people from around the world would come and see it, like from France. They'd be like, "We're all the way here from France. Can you take us to the part that shows that?"
Yeah, there was his death had a psychological impact on the world.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think people have woken up from that nightmare yet. That we're still coming to terms with the fact that we can't trust our government. Like a majority of people right now, even people who are active in politics, people who go out there and hand out ballots and try to get signatures, and they vote in every election, a majority of those people potentially don't even believe in the government that they're fighting for. On both sides. They think it's all lies and bullshit, and they still engage in it. I don't think that was true in the 50s. I think in the 50s would have been the peak of American patriotism, of trust between the American citizen and his government. And the fact that the National Security Act was passed shortly before that, I don't think is a coincidence either. I think that was the beginning of the end for America. When we became a national security state, abandoned the idea of like democracy and individual liberty, and eventually became the next Reich. When we absorbed the Nazis, instead of overthrowing their system, we imported it. And we're doing the same thing now with China. We're not fighting China with Americanism. We're fighting China with communism. And by communism, I mean your grand variety TV communism. Like, stay indoors. If you see something, say something. Here's half the wages you deserve. Be happy about it. You're a member of a society.
Well, and then also our license plate reader. One of the cop videos I watched, he pulled somebody over, And the cop was able to tell him, oh, well, you haven't been there. According to the license plate reader, this is where you've been for the last 3 days.
Right. Please lean forward for a retina scan. And I'm not saying that's communism. I'm just saying, you know, like...
It's like 1984. It's
yeah, like a buzz...
extremism.
Yeah, a buzzy Hollywood term. But we're doing it, right? Like, we're not saying, fuck all that shit. Let's be more free. Let's have more speech. Let's, let's innovate. Let's, we're not doing any of that. We're doing, like, going, like, how much faster can we be more Chinese than the Chinese can?
Oh, right. Sorry to jump in. I'm just going to jump off the stream because my phone's about to die. But lovely speaking to everyone, and hopefully do this again soon.
Thank you. Good speaking to you.
Take care, everyone.
Chuck, are you still there? I
don't see Chuck.
No, I thought he was up a while ago.
This is everything.
I think he was having connection problems.
And OG came back, or no?
Not yet. So right now might be a good time to mention if you enjoy the conversation and like hanging out here on the stream, you can support the content creator by Cashapp. I think Ko-fi too. Yeah, no? Is there a Ko-fi?
Yes.
There's a wine and cheese, I think.
And there's a GoFundMe.
Yeah, and there's also a GoFundMe to help OG rebuild his house. So if you've been under a rock for the past couple of months, OG's house burned down and he pretty much lost everything, was not able to salvage much. So him and his mother are starting over, and there's a GoFundMe for that. It'll pop up in the stream at some point.
But there's the
Darav is having a kofefe.
Okay, D5.
D has a new avatar. She is, I think she might be leaning into her villain arc.
I always felt like this was a bad place for D5, and sooner or later, she would turn to the dark side. I told her to run in the beginning, just leave, just go. Don't get sucked in. But I think she did.
Well, I know that D is way out of my league, but I like this development. If I had it my way, we would be on that precipice on the rail, and I would reach out with my hand and say, "Join me, and together we shall rule the galaxy."
You would be the
side by side.
You would be the recruiting agent for the top 1% of the 1% without realizing it yet.
But much like that little prick rejected his own father, D, she would just like, "Please, Denizen." And she would just roll my eyes at me and then jump into the abyss.
Yeah, I think that's why I hang out with Flo more. So I can counterbalance his turning people to the, I don't want you to believe in Jesus no more. Follow me. Just a balance. I think it's a good conversations when there's a good balance. It's horrible when there's an echo chamber, and it's horrible when there's just chaos and not growth in conversations.
The Jedi are hypocrites, though, D. Automatons, soulless automatons, who reject the very nature of what it means to be a human.
So do you think that they're like, I remember being a young girl and watching V and thinking there are lizard people. I think that there's probably some vampire. I think I've met a vampire before. Do you believe in that? And of course, aliens.
No, I think these are all metaphors for how we're being used and abused by a ruling class, and what now above the ruling class is the feeding class. They literally feed off of us.
They're
And so
above the ruling class, you would think.
Yeah, so, and like the whole point of this is to transform human literature into, to transform it from like fictional and allegory and analogy into nonfiction, like conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
That like V was a great way to get you to look at the world in a different way, so you could see how very clearly there is a secret ruling class of people hiding behind the eyes of every politician.
Mm-hmm.
They are lying to you. They do want to kill you.
Wizard
You see what I'm saying?
Wizard of Oz taught us that as well.
Now, instead of getting the point, they're just going to try to convince you that the lizard people are real. And you completely lose sight of the analogy. And so you can either believe the lizard people are real, in which case you're going to be completely ineffective, or you can believe that the whole thing is a joke and a conspiracy theory, and now you've just debunked the analogy, not the lizard people themselves, but the very idea that you should question secrecy in your government.
That's why, remember, were you here the other day when we had the conversation about the test tube babies? I don't know how to say that word. Introvito. I don't know. But so hearing that story and doing what little research I have done on that did make me think of the lizard people. And especially saying what you were just saying about they're going to be people that suck off your energy or do this, or they're going to feed off of you. And earlier you said they can't create, so they're going to try to take that from you. So then I started thinking, well, maybe there is a I don't even know what to call it, but there are individuals that perhaps might not, because they were created in a lab, might have something that would make them a different than human, but however still look human. Do you think that is something that could be? And would that be like the analogy of the lizard people?
You talking about like a hybrid race?
Like
a chimera?
One of my friends had him and his wife were doing that, and they had the option of do you want it to be a boy or a girl? Do you want this child to be into sports? Do you want them to be musically inclined? What talents do you want these children to have? Another thing that I think they asked, do you want your children to be tall? What height range are you looking for? And they were able to determine all of that. And he will tell you, I designed my babies. I already know what they're going to be. I paid for that. I did some research. There are the high-tech giants and the top 1% of the 1% from around the world that are buying that, but they're buying like 30 at a time. One guy has up to 50. Another guy had 100. One of them only wanted girls so he could have wives for Elon Musk's sons. Like they're being born, created, and bred to be something that is not going to be fair to the average teenage loves that created a child. That to me is quote unquote the lizard people. It just may not be lizards, but it's something different.
Have you seen Gattaca?
No. What's that?
Gattaca is a love story about a man who is born with a heart condition in a world where the economy has become somewhat of a caste system because parents are allowed to genetically design their children. And so he's born the natural way, and his brother is born genetically superior to him. and the movie kind of surrounds his experience growing up that way, like what it really means to be human, what limitations are merely what the limitations we put on ourselves, and there's like a split in society between the elite, who are genetically designed, and natural people, who are still made the old-fashioned way, as it's referred to in the movie. But I think that the movie is pretty insightful. I think if we start to go down that road, which it seems that we are, it would look something like that.
What was it called again?
Gattaca.
Okay.
It's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Oh. Wow.
Ernest Borgnine comes out of nowhere, and he's fucking awesome in it.
I like that.
Who else? Oh, Antonio
Banderas?
No, I'm never gonna think of his name. He plays the father. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. I would check it out. It's definitely in my top 10, if not my top 5 all-time movies.
Up that alley of what I was asking about.
Well, like I said, the movie literally starts off with the parents, like, choosing to, hold on.
My word, it's me. Thank you.
The parents literally choosing how they want to design their next son after they've already had one the old-fashioned way.
Gotcha.
And then it kind of follows the brothers and how they interact with one another as a result. So
Jude Law was in it. Jude Law.
Yes. And oh my god, dude. Oh my god. He's so good in that fucking movie. Yeah, he's ridiculous in that fucking movie.
He is a pretty good actor.
I can't, like, every fucking scene is more epic than the next, so I can't even tell you anything without spoilers. So all I can do is just tell you, like, wow, because that's, So long story short, D5, and I can elaborate if you want me to. I can get more detailed if you want me to, but the short answer is...
Your mic is kind of tripping.
Oh, the short answer is because I'm retarded.
Still tripping.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, your mic is tripping hardcore.
What's it doing?
It's crackling out, and it sounds like...
Okay, I'll be right back.
It's like my MKL is about to get triggered, bro.
What up, homie?
What up, Jay?
Chilling. Are you already heading to work? Or are you still going to chit-chat?
I'm still going to chit-chat. I'm not headed to work yet. Oh, he might have meandered his ass back home. Look at this shit.
No, bro, there was a fucking old tweaker fucking arguing with the Indian dude. It was like, Soda, hey, man, give me my $3. Hey, man. Bro, they were arguing like a motherfucker. I'm like, hey, we got fucking a line here. Let's go.
Oh.
Fuck. Just arguing with some fucking old ass tweaker arguing with a cashier for about fucking 30 minutes. Pissed me the fuck off.
Yes, much better.
I personally enjoy our Indian invaders.
I mean, I don't like Indians, but I don't like tweakers more.
I mean,
I don't like that this is true, but like, I like my life is better that Indians are here because I was too well protected in my role in IT to be affected by what they ultimately did to that that whole sector of our economy. By the time it really got bad, I had like a C-level position. And I love Indian food. Like it's my favorite thing on earth.
I don't love it, but it's definitely up there.
It's the Dot Indians, the convenience store owner's son, who doesn't like me very much. He's like, hey, thank you, bro. I'm like, yeah, you ain't got to thank me. I mean, I was just like hungry and wanted my chicken sandwich and my noodles, and like I was getting angry because this tweaker's bitching about $3 and trying to get you to cash him out on the fucking casino machines when he knows that in Georgia you can't fucking pay cash for those. There's got to be in-store vouchers. And then he came back in as soon as me and my friend hit the counter, and he acted like he was gonna break in front of us, and I just stared at him. I gave him the stare, like I will hit an old man. like I ain't even gonna lie to you. I hate. You don't understand. I hate tweakers. I don't care if they're 60 or above. I don't like tweakers.
Old man did nothing but did meth his entire life. Leave him alone.
Somebody said one of the links is not working. If you're in the chat and the link is not working, can you be more specific?
Pakis are Indians. They're just Muslims.
Yeah, Paki food is just Indian food with like you said, a Muslim twist. It's like it's slightly more Arabic and slightly less Asian.
The Indian guy who was running the desk today, he's not a tweaking Indian, but his brother is, and his brother will be tweaking sitting behind the fucking cash register, just like fucking taking wires apart and shit. He's either very autistic or a tweaker. What's up, Lawrence? How are you? What were y'all talking about while I was gone?
Lizard.
Oh, when you came back, I was telling D5 that I use Forrest Gump as my avatar because I'm retarded.
That's words of Alex Jones. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of retarded.
I think we all know I'm a little thrown off. Oh,
a little bumpkin, a little.
Oh, if I'm a little retarded, you are brain dead.
I ain't denying it.
Sometimes you gotta get the swifty with the lifty. You know what I'm saying? These are all things that I made.
You get the extendo.
Yes. This could take us down a very dangerous road. I'd like to stop here. Much like Senator Eihoff suggested that we do not touch upon that in open hearing, I would suggest that we stop here and not engage in this line of inquiry any further.
Let people have fun, Dennison. But I thought y'all would be talking about the Epstein stuff.
I mean, Dennison kind of shut that down a little bit, but no offense, Dennison. But I mean, I feel like you're just like everything's fake and gay. Nothing's real.
It is.
Well, no.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to catch up.
It's not. He's not saying the Epstein shit is fake per se. It's the fact they're going to do anything about it, and they're just using it as smokescreen, right? Because they're all involved. Like me and my homie, when I was getting Tucker ready, we had to get his energy down, so we play fetch with him, let him wrestle with Midnight, and let him run around a little bit. So my homie is actually really pissed off about it, and he kind of is upset about it, and it's making him depressed because he doesn't think he's like nothing is going to be done about it. It's evil. Like he's actually reading into the shit, and it's to the point where he can't escape it. It's all in his social media. It's in everything. And he's like, I'm just not even on social media. Like I'm trying to play the Game Boy, trying to play the computer, trying to like get away from this shit because like it's evil. It's despicable what's in there. Like there should be something done about it, but there won't be. Not anything of substance. Unless we the people do something about it. But you know.
I mean, Denizen, would you be opposed to we people doing something about it?
Well, I think that
Go ahead.
somebody has an echo. I think that I know for me, when I realized it was all fake is when I was in college. I tried to like work on the campaign of the gentleman that was going out for the district attorney, and I just saw a lot of backhanded deals. So I just automatically shifted my priorities. So when you were saying when somebody else found out they were depressed, conversations like this are like we're all going to handle it different ways, and just I think that needs to be thought of as okay, where people like, well, if you're not mad at the politics and you're not making comments and you don't have nothing to say, you just don't care, that's stupid. And that's simply not the case. Everybody just has different priorities after that. For me, it happened to be family. For others, it could be something else.
I don't want to like put heads on spikes. That's just me. I might be crazy.
You do what now?
Nothing.
But see, but do y'all think that, or do you think if you're not fighting the fight, you're just not involved? Is that how y'all feel?
I mean, that's a fact, though. If you're not fighting the good fight, you're not involved.
Interesting. Do you think that applies to all genders, or like regardless, age, gender, situation, none of that? Like if you're not up there getting in people's faces, arguing with it, or whatever, you're not fighting it. Perhaps you're teaching how to handle it. Hey, this isn't going to be real. Instead, you need to like focus on these things instead of being depressed by it. Would that not be fighting as well?
No, because you're telling people to repress the emotion that they should feel about this.
This should make you
should be
feel
so,
like
people
these
should
people
so pissed off that you stormed the Bastille.
You should be so pissed off. Okay. Now that you get down to that level, do y'all see that as good and evil? Or because I know like Dennison wasn't sure if this was like this, because I call it the spiritual warfare. So for me, it would for me, following the teachings of the Lord would be how I would fight it.
And our Lord says to tie a millstone around someone's neck harms the children, Cynthia.
Oh.
So
I gotta go do that study. Are you still going to talk about the Super Bowl?
I got something a little funny. Give me a second.
Okay.
No matter how hard I try, he's just never going to open up about his childhood. It's like this big part of the missing, and I just feel like couples therapy is our last resort. So, and how does that make?
That is me in couples therapy. Just duh.
Wow.
You feel, Ryan?
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely horrible what's going on out there, and I think we could all be doing a better job at doing that. So,
Were you really just staring at our therapist's chest?
what?
You were totally just staring at her chest.
That's ridiculous. I wasn't staring at anyone's chest.
Ryan, you were staring at my chest. See? And that's okay. Wait, what?
Really?
We're all just human beings, and it's perfectly natural.
They are perfect and natural.
Carly, are you kidding me right now? Hallie, I think you could do a better job at making him not feel shame for looking at us.
You know, this therapist is really making me rethink my stance on therapy.
Wow.
I really want to go to therapy now.
Little women.
I like this therapist. I agree with that.
Is this a joke?
Baby, that's not fair.
Don't call me baby.
Those buttons are hanging on for dear life. What are we talking about?
Carly, he is staring at your chest in a professional environment, and you're okay with that? No, but I'm okay with creating a safe space.
Safe space, yeah.
So we can dive into why he was staring in my chest. What would be a good reason for a guy to stare at a woman's chest, particularly in front of his girlfriend?
That's right, GT. I think I need some therapy now, bro. That's some therapy. Oh boy, you see where my mind's at. Why is all her tits all out though? Hey, don't question.
Because she wants him to stare at them.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. All right.
I'm just saying.
Lust can be a very distractive element of any relationship.
Right.
But if we can explore what's causing this behavior, we may be able to understand Ryan's deepest issues. Ryan,
Yeah.
what makes you feel the need to look at my chest?
That's a great question.
This is okay. This is a safe space.
I don't know, just to like put it into words, I guess I just thought that they were.
By the way, the girlfriend's reaction. Granted, this is done for comedy. Anytime I've ever talked to a woman about a therapy, this is the reaction I get from my female partner, friend, person thing. I've seen this a couple of times in a professional setting and never understood it. What do these women expect?
Keep forgetting I can't type from in here.
I'm gonna take off, guys. Thank you. Good conversation, Dennison, Bumpkin, and Bear. OG, appreciate you guys as always. Thank you.
Thank you for coming up, Miss Cynthia.
Like yummy.
Yummy.
Yeah, like tasty. She asked me. I'm answering the question. We're at couples therapy.
I can't believe what I'm witnessing right now. Why do you need a little spoon for her tatas?
Allie, please have some.
I don't think he needs a little spoon. That's big spoon material right there.
I'm saying. At this point, I wouldn't mind being the little spoon.
That's what I'm saying. See, Dennison gets it.
I need respect. We're getting somewhere. Ryan.
Yeah.
What is your relationship like with your mother?
What?
Is she still part of your life?
Guys, we're not.
Ryan, just answer the question. Is she still part of your life?
No. When I was 6, my parents divorced and she moved to Florida.
I'm so sorry about that. How often?
I don't like where this is going. I don't like this now.
No, this is good. People need to see this.
Often do you speak to her?
Like once a year?
Wait,
What are you writing down? What is that?
we've been dating for 3 years and you never told me this.
Ryan, is there any chance that you may have mommy issues?
Guys, we're not going down this route. I don't have mommy issues.
That's why you always call them mommy milkers.
Mommy milkers?
Am I not allowed to like big hoo-hoo?
Why are we watching this? Someone sent it to me and told me I needed to watch it on stream.
I like where this is going.
I don't. I feel like this is a humiliation ritual now.
Yes, and that's exactly why people need to see it, because this is how men are treated.
This has nothing to do with my mom.
This is why you want to call me mommy in bed. Oh my god, baby boy.
Stop.
And when you stare.
Oh my god, baby boy.
Baby boy. Crazy, bro. This is why I bully women, by the way. This is why I'm mean to girls.
For real.
Of mommy milkers, does it bring you a sense of peace?
Guys, this is ridiculous.
Does it make you feel safe like you once were as a child? Does it make you feel safe like before your parents split up?
No, it makes me feel hard, bitch.
Yeah. I just like.
You don't want me looking at your tits? Put them away. Look at all those extra buttons you have. You whore.
I just like titties.
It just happens so fast. I always thought it was my fault. You know, I just miss her. I miss my mommy.
I'm sorry. You are good, and that's why I always wear a revealing shirt on my first session.
You bitch. You mean to tell me you ain't gonna dress like that for the rest of them?
Yeah.
That's cock tease. We'd be getting a new therapist.
Noteless is amazing, dude. Just like the level of cognitive dissonance in every single facet of your life. Oh, man.
I just know that every chick that I've ever dated or talked to or put my wee-wee in has tried to diagnose me with some mental illness, some type of mommy issues, daddy issues.
It's what they do. It's your relationship with your mom is why you're looking at her tits while she has them out. All smashed together. Like they don't even fit in that shirt. They're smashed together, lifted up. The buttons are decoration at that point. She's not even wearing her clothes. She's technically appearing in public in nude. Why are you staring at my tits? Because you're naked, bitch.
I mean, she was hot and Latina.
It makes you wonder if she really needs glasses or if it's just part of the ensemble.
I mean, it was working for me no matter what it was. That was beautiful.
Oh my God. Imagine if I had a therapist or a doctor and she dressed like that, I could not take her seriously. There's no way.
I could take her seriously.
No, I'm in actual need of a service besides getting my dick sucked, bro.
That's
Because my life and my health could depend on it.
That's the only service I need.
This fucking guy.
So this is the Super Bowl shit we were going to talk about.
Bad Bunny makes history at Super Bowl 60.
How?
Lady Gaga's surprise salsa-style moment electrifies the crowd. Latin pride takes over Levi Stadium.
Notice it says Latin pride takes over Levi Stadium.
Bad Bunny just turned Super Bowl 60 into a global celebration, closing his halftime spectacle with a powerful tribute as South American and Caribbean flags filled the stage at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California on Feb 8th. The history-making moment sealed his place as the first solo Spanish-speaking artist to headline the Super Bowl, delivering a 13-minute set packed with swagger, rhythm, and unapologetic.
To Denison's point, at work you wouldn't recognize me. Fair enough. I mean, there's a time to be professional and not. I mean, I just like boobs.
And here's how fucked up the game is, though, even for women. When I show up at the doctor's office and you have no makeup on and you're super professional and dressed appropriately and conservatively, like wanting to know what's under there way more than if you had it all displayed like that whore.
It makes you hotter, yeah.
I'm thinking now this is my girl, you know.
maybe us men really are the problem, and we just need to wear burqas and chastity belts.
I mean, if you're talking about whether or not, like, if sex is the problem, then sure, maybe. But I honestly don't think women are that much different. They just they haven't been allowed to express it openly like in the past. You know, like the Victorian era is a huge part of what led to the Industrial Revolution. So our economic success in a way was like designed around the fact that women couldn't express themselves sexually. And so they're resentful for that, right? And we're experiencing the counterculture of that. And then also they all have penis envy. They can't do what we do. So like that's never gonna go away. They can't just walk up to somebody and be like pew pew pew. They can't penetrate. They can only be penetrated. So that's never going to change. Women are going to have to figure that out. Just like at some level, men will resent the fact that we can never bear children. Women are going to have to figure out the lack of penis thing. You know, they have to deal with that.
Energetic authenticity. And the surprises didn't stop there. The global music titan lived up to his promise that the rhythm is going to get you, bringing out Lady Gaga for a salsified version of Die With a Smile. The unexpected collaboration injected...
Is that an 8-year-old?
It's funny, only when these women are with conquering cultures can they actually dress appropriately. Look at that. That's weird. Why isn't Lady Gaga wearing a meat suit to this? Oh, my bad. Not the time.
The performance with a sense of family and pure celebration as the duo danced feverishly under stadium lights. Throughout the Super Bowl LX halftime show, Bad Bunny kept the energy relentless, blending Latin beats, star power, and cultural pride into one seamless narrative. Then, in the final minutes, he named every South American and Caribbean country as performers waved their national flags, turning the closing sequence into a symbolic moment that stretched far beyond football and straight into global music history.
All I'm saying, they're saying he sent a message to Trump with this. I mean, if the message is Latin American countries are here, well, yeah, go there. Plain and simple. I don't get it. Why are you trying to make our shit your shit? If your culture is worth experiencing, is worth being a part of, why do people come here? Why aren't you there? Go be prideful there. Don't call me racist for being prideful in my culture and heritages in my own country. It's crazy.
Bad Bunny didn't just own the Super Bowl 60 halftime stage. He had the industry behind him. From Lady Gaga's surprise moment to waves of celebrity praise online, stars rallied around the performance, celebrating its Latin energy.
It would be exciting. I'm actually very, very proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very proud, and I'm proud of everything that he's been standing up for against ICE and everything. And it's just like, I feel like everything is like aligned and something, and just show how like Hispanic, Latinos, whatever you want to call it, right? You know, everybody got different terms. It's like we standing, they standing, we standing, we all standing motherfucking strong.
Well, just the fact that the President of the United States ain't going, that tells you what it is. So, it's, like he said himself, it's about unity. So, and then there's some alternative
you get from his music. It makes you feel like family.
I'm taking this girl all over the world. I take all over the world. She'll see where it's not diversity. She'll come to New York and San Francisco and see all of this us. That's what makes it dope. Don't let the goofballs win, because they.
Don't let the goofballs win. Don't let the goofballs win. When you want to come into our country, change how we do things, tell us we need diversity, we need change, we need to get with the good times. Meanwhile, shit like this happens every day. Didn't this Bad Bunny dude have to run away from his own country because cartels wanted to unalive him?
The irony of that too is that he's black. Like, who do you think is going to suffer the most when they start replacing American citizens with immigrants? Whose jobs do you think they're going to be taking?
Well, Puerto Rican is an American territory, but it's unique in that it has its own separate culture and language.
Well, we're not going to be invaded by Puerto Rico.
No.
We're getting invaded by Guatemala.
If his entire message for the Latin world in the United States was to name every Latin country, then one could surmise that he is okay with the invasion of the United States. But that could probably be to this comment here. You are the only person that has told me this. Every person that I've ever talked to about it has said that it is very interested in keeping its unique cultural identity and language.
Yeah, but so is North Dakota.
What? Most of the contiguous United States are like monoculture at this point.
I mean, tell that to a farmer in Wyoming.
I got told that by a farmer in Iowa.
In a positive way? Or because he was complaining about the fact that his identity was being erased?
Both. He was bitching at me for being racist and telling that we're all the same, just different color, and we all bleed red. But somehow magic dirt makes you a totally different person.
Right. It's clear these people can't see their own replacement.
Okay, I mean that's fair because I have met that wasn't exactly true. I have met one Puerto Rican dude who was a Marine, and he spoke Spanish at home. He had like the most Hispanic man like accent out there, and whenever he would joke around with people who were illegal, he'd go, "No, I'm staying here. I'm a veteran," and they would joke like, "Oh, you joined the military for citizenship?" Because no, bitch, I was born in Puerto Rico. I'm American, baby. And he'd have this really thick Hispanic accent. So yourself and him are like the only people that I know, because a lot of Puerto Ricans brag about like they call Puerto Rico the sugar baby of America, or America's just the sugar daddy. Racist pseudoscience. I hope that is a joke. But no, like Puerto Rico, I mean, even right. So even if like the cultural thing, right? Because I've seen pictures of Puerto Rico from Puerto Rican friends, right? It's a beautiful place. And I don't know much about its economics, like its agriculture ability or whatnot, but it's a very beautiful place. And the people are very kind, very nice, and they do have their own unique heritage. So,
and there's no taxes on trading.
It isn't a joke. Race isn't a real thing. That's just stupid. I ain't calling you stupid, Ant. You know, I've talked to you a couple times. I like you, but that is just a very bad take. If you want, I need you to come explain yourself. What is race? It is a subcategorization of Homo sapiens. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
They can vote.
Is this you, Ant?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, I've heard you on Sarah's. I recognize your voice.
What makes you God's favorite, Ant?
I've told this story on Sarah's, but you probably missed it. Basically,
I don't watch Sarah's streams.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains why I haven't seen you around much. I've seen you here and there. I just didn't, but you're still kind of a new face to me. The long story short version.
I wouldn't mind the medium version. You're not mic'd up right now.
Yeah, you're quiet. You lost connection or something.
Hold on.
Shinte said, "Wow, that was very short."
You still can't hear me?
Now we can.
Okay. I know that's weird. I didn't change anything.
One second. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was muted.
StreamYard's all messed up. Sounds like his background noise.
It does sound like his background noise, but
hold on, let me mute real quick. There we go.
No, it's not you. It's Chuck. It's the other panelist. And
I'll be in a car. I'll be driving. Sorry.
All right. So I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you have the floor because I did ask you to come up to explain that. And I'm going to be trying to pay attention. I'm not being funny. I'm going to be looking up this technical term for what I'm talking about because. And before I let you go, speciation is where different members of groups become too different to where they can't breed. But there's something in the process of evolution that takes place before that, and that's what race and differentials between tribes are when we look at humans instead of animals.
Genotypes.
But if you want to go ahead and give your synopsis.
You're muted.
No.
Sorry, I was talking to my wife.
No, just double checking.
I'm trying to find a good source for you. Here we go.
Can we get the favorite ant story in the meantime?
Oh, yeah. So I was looking for a actual nickname to use instead of my real name, and I was listening to my favorite content creators at the time. He does mostly atheist content, but he's not as obnoxious as the Atheist Plus crowd. Tends to just stick to debunking bad claims. Doesn't get into politics much, if at all. But I digress. Anyways, he was explaining the problem with God testing humanity because God is supposed to be omniscient, and the purpose of testing is to gain new knowledge. You cannot gain new knowledge if you know everything. It violates the definition. So it becomes a question of why is he testing man? You know, is this particular person just the
prankster god?
Is this just his favorite ant to hold under the microscope and burn, you know, with sunbeams and torture? Or whatever? So it's just a mocking of the idea that God is omniscient. No, we aren't. So you can't describe race as speciation because, you know, the different so-called races are not different species. They're all human.
No.
Yes, they're all human.
No. We are when speciations diverge. You can still have where you can have the ability to breed because
I didn't say they couldn't.
Reproductive isolation hasn't had time to take effect.
But that typically results in mules.
Well, no.
Or hennies. You don't usually get viable offspring that can reproduce. There's especially
populations begin to diverge for genetic, ecological, or behavioral differences. And you could still interbreed within these exchanges. And over generations, though, they will begin to specify and become their own individual species.
Yes, when there's enough genetic difference.
Well, I mean, okay, so are you going to say that Neanderthals and Homo sapiens are the same?
No, we have common ancestors, but they're not the same thing.
So how did we get that speciation then?
A lot of time, a lot of gradual changes. There's different that can come through mutation, genetic drift,
and that's
natural selection.
That's what happens when you have a different genetic makeup. Blacks have a different genetic makeup than whites. Asians don't. You're literally not the same color of skin because of
that doesn't matter. That's that doesn't make us like hugely genetically different. We have the same capacity for generating melanin.
Brother, we share 80% of our DNA with a banana, but we're not a fruit tree.
It depends on how you're calculating.
You can tell someone's race by their DNA.
By their DNA, by their bones.
But it's not their race.
They have total different bone structures.
Yeah, okay, I get you might have a problem with the word then, but then you're going to need to come up with a better one.
I don't. They're humans. Like there's no skin color really doesn't make a meaningful distinction between human beings.
There's way more than skin color going on.
Okay, a gray tabby and an orange tabby are both cats. They just have different fur colors and patterns.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about.
That is exactly what we're talking about.
No.
All we're talking
It's
about
not,
is skin color.
skin color is not the only difference.
That's the only distinction race makes.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It is.
Black
We don't have the same, bro. We don't even have the same shaped faces, eyes, or head, skulls. Like, what are you talking about?
Our literal bones are shaped differently. Like, black women have bigger hips to accommodate bigger heads for pushing out babies. Asians typically have smaller frames. Like, even our blood don't mix well. That's why we have different blood types.
That's an interesting conversation, and one I not prepared to sit there and explain. But your blood type's based off of what group you came from. Like how was it explained? The explorers have they had the extra adaptation to help them deal with, basically generate antibodies that people who didn't, or groups that didn't explore, didn't develop.
I feel like there's a bunch of bending over backwards to appease to political correctness when
it's not about political correctness. It's just about scientific accuracy, and there's like really no scientific basis for race.
Particularly accurate because the current culture literally makes it illegal. Like, unethical. It's not the only places that study differences in races are Japan, China, like the Far Eastern places are the Middle East.
I don't agree with that. They explore all these different groups. They just abandon the term race because it just didn't mean anything. At least nothing that was useful. They still study populations of humans as they do every other animal.
From my perspective, you're still just taking issue with the word, and I wouldn't disagree with you, but then you're going to have to use another one.
Human.
Oh,
Homo
fuck you.
sapiens.
Then you're not accounting for any of the differences.
Because the difference you want to make a distinction with doesn't matter to me.
But they don't matter to you, but they're still physical speciation, evolution.
No, they're not
different.
This isn't really
my brother in Christ. A black man and I can go for a romantic walk in the woods, right? Let's just say I'm gay. We can go in the walk in the woods, right? And we both get shot because we're gay, right? And the world hates gay people. Guess what? They can then determine who was white and who was black from the bone structure alone.
Not always.
Yes, always, unless that person is of mixed race. Sorry, I was getting a phone call, but no, like, and I'm not trying to yell, but like, whenever people like cast upon the God that is science, right? By and large, like, most science as we know it today in this day and age right now, like the past 20 or 30 years, has been bought and paid for by ideology, or people don't actually know it and they're just fucking picking from what they want. Like, there's forensic anthropologists for a reason. Like, evolution takes millions of years, but what you can see is in microevolution is you can see the speciation begin. And yes, the quickest determining factor is skin color, but it's not the end all be all. Like, you can have even speciation amongst white people, you know. The Spaniards are built different than the Germans, even though they have a common ancestor. Like, that's kind of what I was getting at, because peer-reviewed scientific studies have been shown to be bought and paid for by whoever pays the most.
Well, I'm not going to deny there's issues, especially in like the so-called soft sciences. When you get to like psychology and whatnot, they've exposed quite a lot of problems with the peer review process. But that doesn't mean that every peer review process is tainted and corrupt. There are good peer review processes, and the ones surrounding genetics, physics, astronomy, and stuff tend to be pretty rigid and good at what they do. If you've got some specific issues, we can look at them for sure. But I think it's a hasty generalization to sit there and say that they're all bad.
I think in this world that we live in of social control and what we've seen in COVID makes me question, everything. I was never an atheist, but I grew up watching atheists and skeptics and people like George Carlin. And I noticed that they never really question science that they're told, science TM. But they'll question God, they'll question all these things. And I've read so much and watched so much in my lifetime that I really don't remember it all. I remember bits and pieces of it. But, I mean, the peer review study is wildly up for grabs when it comes to whoever gives the most funding. Political correctness can shut down a study if it's deemed unethical. And simple fact is, since the 1960s, the U.S. doesn't do race-based studies because here's the thing, man. You know how we know races are different? A mixed race child can't receive bone marrow from its parents like 90% of the time. I forget the actual percentage, but it's above 50%. Right? It's very rare that they can do that. And there's all these questions that we're not allowed to ask due to political correctness, and we're not really allowed to talk about them. So I just question everything. And I'm going to go by... I'm going to say this. Medication affects black folks different than it does white folks. And vice versa.
Such
Since
as...
the two largest rate... I mean, I could find a study for you if you want.
I mean, there are slight genetic differences, like people in areas where malaria is very common typically develop sickle cell anemia because the genetic adaptation to deal with malaria has that smuggled in with it.
And that's the thing. Genetics are part of race. You can't distinguish. You can't separate the two.
Well, we can talk about genetics, but race isn't a part of genetics. Genetics looks at population groups. That's it.
And race is a clarification for population
No,
groups.
it isn't.
See, now you're just arguing semantics. Are you a leftist by chance?
No.
He did. No. He proved that earlier when he said he didn't care about the distinctions. Then there's no way to discuss them.
Yeah. And I'm not doing this to insult you or be angry, but like typically whenever I talk to the left, they either pretend to not understand or try to guide the conversation down to where we have to play by their rules. And the simple fact is genetics of a group, whenever you talk about race, you're talking about genetically related individuals, like a large scale group that has a common relationship.
Have you ever wondered why we only apply race to humans? We don't talk about the races of cat, the races of dog, the races of cow.
We have a different name. They're called breeds. And by the way, the reason that the left is the reason that we stopped calling different races of humans different breeds of humans, because that was so evil and racist after the 1930s. They used to refer. I don't remember
ever being called ever hearing humans referred to by breed.
Because
we use race.
Yeah, we use race.
Would you rather we use breed?
The left made the argument that using breed dehumanizes people, and through browbeating and whining.
Race doesn't mean anything.
Now it does. Race used to just mean that you're of a different group than the people you're around. Like, no, not laws. The thing is, like, the left did do this. It's how they do the long march through society through fucking 100 years or so. They start nitpicking language so they can control it. And then now you have people that say they aren't left who probably don't think they're leftists using leftist talking points. That's how it works. That's how the long march works, buddy. I know you're angry that your strategy is being talked about, and if people know, they can go against it. But yeah. But no, my friend, like, all races is a related group of people, like, based on genetics. And
more accurately, geographical, like environmental genetics.
True.
Remember the term half breed?
Well, we'll see about you deserting my ship, you half breed.
But that's a derogatory term. It's not a technical term.
No, it's a literal technical term for.
No, it's a derogatory term for someone who has mixed parents.
And it was not a derogatory term at one time.
It absolutely was.
No, it wasn't. It was a technical term. We used to have race-based.
It's always been a derogatory
My brother
term.
in Christ, we used to have race-based laws.
Oh,
Has retard always been a derogatory
There's a
term?
reason we got rid of them.
Retard?
No, and I object to it being classified as such. It's a very descriptive term.
Give it 100 years. Give it 100 years, and you'll be arguing that retard has always been a derogatory term.
Why would I argue that? I'm not arguing that now.
Why are you arguing that?
Why are you arguing?
Because I have never seen it used as anything other than a derogatory term.
You just proved this point.
What? The half-breed?
You just proved. Slow down for a second. Slow down for a second. I'll explain it to you. I won't yell at you or anything. I'm going to treat you like you know what you're talking about and you can listen, because I believe that. He's telling you that if a term is labeled derogatory enough, then eventually it has no other meaning. And you offered no reason why we should assume that it was ever meant to be derogatory. Your only evidence of that is the absence of evidence to the contrary. As someone who questions, God as you did earlier, you must understand how that doesn't work.
I can't prove a negative. I can only explain what I've seen and the evidence I've seen. You've shown me no context.
Yeah, but
this was ever used.
I'm asking, but you didn't give me evidence. But you didn't give me evidence. You gave me a lack of evidence. I want you to show me how it was used derogatory.
Because a positive claim was made. A positive claim was made that it was.
No, I'm not going to debate.
Wait, brother, Ant, you're welcome here, and I'm not trying to dogpile you, but this is not a debate show. We do not argue definitions. We do not argue the presuppositions. We do not argue all that gay shit. We have conversations. If you have evidence you would like to do, we can share that. We don't.
Yeah, I would just take your word for it.
Look, I will
just tell me how it was originally derogatory, and I'll take your word for it.
Tell me what you want to call an argument. I'll use that instead of a positive.
An example of how the origins of the term half-breed were always deliberately meant to be derogatory.
Well, I didn't make the initial claim that they weren't. You did. So show me where they weren't used in a derogatory term.
I didn't.
Use your words and come up with an argument for why they were. That's called a conversation. We don't do debates over here.
As I explained already, every usage I've ever seen, every time I've ever seen it used, every context I've seen it in has been derogatory. I have never seen a non-derogatory usage of it. So if you have an example, I'm all ears. I'm welcome to see it. Although I don't know that just one example is going to necessarily be enough. The exception does not prove the rule.
Well, an outlier
or disprove it.
Well, an outlier does frequently prove the rule, but that's
no, it doesn't. It's just an outlier. Sometimes,
if it did,
here's the thing about a model.
Outliers wouldn't exist.
Well, no. Here's the thing about a model, which is what all of this, what we're talking about here. All models are wrong. Some are useful. So there's always mistakes into a model. That's why we're constantly refining them and trying to build new ones that are more accurate. But at the end of the day, they're always going to be wrong at least a little bit. So yes, you will get outliers because there's probably some variable that escaped the study or the person running the experiment. It's just the nature of the beast. Outliers don't necessarily disprove the model. They're just data points that you want to try and find an explanation for.
Fair enough. El Paris says race and breed were used interchangeably and very loosely. Both came into the English language approximately the same time. The term race was eventually debunked as a biological classification. And that's where I'm okay. If we don't have to say race, race is what we named humans to be special, to be above animals. We quite frequently do that when we're talking about genetics. I'm fine with saying different breeds of humans.
Mm-hmm. I'm as long as we understand it's not like it's not a realistic, or excuse me, it's not a real concept in modern biology or
No, that can be argued because of political correctness and other cultural.
It hasn't been for a lot longer than this woke shit's been around. Trust me.
No,
It started in like 1937.
I mean, dude, like a lot of
actually probably before that, but that's like one of the major pieces on it.
a lot of studies and stuff that we think about doing we can't do because what's considered ethical by certain groups and cultures, like race is a social reality that affects how people are treated, their access to resources, and their health outcomes due to systematic factors. I don't necessarily agree with the systematic factors. It can be systematic, but it can also be genetic. The quadrupeds have it rough. So, like, would you say a pit bull and a Rottweiler are the same? Yeah. So we could have like a logical conversation about this and be on like the same footing. Oh, did I cut out?
No.
Okay.
Is it me?
Yeah, I think you're cutting out. I think you're cutting out.
Sounds like a loose cable.
Yeah, I'm
Not
hearing
connected by a cable. Hold on a second.
Yeah, same species, different breeds.
If you're using a microphone, I don't know how you could possibly not be using a cable. There's going to be some wire involved in there somewhere.
Bluetooth usually, but that's still, like you said, that's still cable.
Yeah, there's a wire in there. So can we come up with an example of when half-breed was used in a non-derogatory sense?
Let me see, because I believe in Jim Crow and other legal textbooks or like laws, it was represented. Hold on. Excuse me, I'm sorry for that, yo. I mean, I could be wrong, but let's see. Yeah, it was half-breed was a legal term from the 19th century or to 19th and 20th centuries, particularly in the U.S. and Canadian, not laws, you bad boy. Federal politics in the United States, the term appeared in treaties and legislation such as the Treaty of Prairie du Chien in 1830, which established the Nehama Half-Breed Reservation, also known as the Half-Breed Tract for mixed-race descendants of Native Americans and European ancestry. The government used the term to define eligibility for land allotments and other rights under laws like the 1950s Donation Land Claim Act and the Indian Major Crimes Act. I wouldn't think that half-breed would be a derogatory term when used to give land allotments.
Okay, is that better?
Yes, sir. That's way better.
Okay. Sometimes I just have to reset the mic, like just pull it out and plug it back in. I use a headset, so I apologize for that. I missed about half your explanation, but it sounds like you found an example from some sort of government program.
Yeah, there's a joke there, but I won't make it. That is my washing machine. Let me read that again. Yes, the term half-breed. I heard somebody pop up. Let me read this and I'll bring you up. Yes, half-breed was used as a legal term in the 19th and 20th centuries, particularly in U.S. and Canadian, again, not laws, bad boy, federal policies. In the United States, the term appeared in treaties and legislation such as the Treaty Prairie du Chien, which established the Nemaha Half-Breed Reservation, also known as the Half-Breed Tract for mixed-race descendants of Native Americans and European history. The U.S. government used the term to define eligibility for land allotments and other rights under laws like the 1850s Donation Land Claim Act and the Indian Major Crimes Act. So I would think that if they were doing a land allotments and giving particular rights, I don't think that it would be used as a derogatory term in that context.
Okay. So we found one, maybe. I'll take your word for it because I don't think you're lying. Just
it's not just one example, like there are three here, but in the third example, it talks about how the term half-breed was all throughout legal interpretations when dealing with the Native Americans and even Jim Crow. I mean, I can understand making the argument saying a Jim Crow it being derogative, but when it's a legal thing, I don't think it's derogative. What culture from Georgia do we need to preserve anyway? Toe plucking, truffle hunting? Brother, I don't think you understand the music scene that's down here in Georgia. Country, rap, rock, jazz, like there's a lot of things like going. I'll do something special for you about Georgia. Not long.
I didn't dive into it much when I was living there, unfortunately. Probably should have.
Well,
I did live in Savannah for a little while.
Oh, you lived in the most haunted place in the North America. That's crazy. by the way, I'm sorry if you feel like you're being jumped or attacked, because that's not.
No, you guys are perfectly fine. You know, you've been fine. This has been pretty cordial, I thought. I mean, if I'm coming across hostile, I apologize. I don't mean to.
I know Denison's always loud.
That's okay. We're used to loud people.
I love talking about race and getting into it because, well, you know, reasons, but we got to talk about that. You know, I mean, I don't.
Here, I've got the. So I was off by the date. I'm sorry. This really came about in 1972. I thought it was 37. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I've got the main source for it right here. I'll put it up into. Do you want me to present it or just give you a link?
You can present it if you want.
Okay.
You can also post in the back chat, and I will post it.
Actually, I'll post it because it's a long read. It's not short.
No, well, we don't have to read it. I'll post it for the people because believe it or not, some of the people over here, whenever we're arguing about things, love to go over sources.
Absolutely.
So, and that's why we don't do debates, because I find it very tedious and annoying to do the whole if you made a claim, you got to prove it. It's like, no, bro. It's like my opinion.
That's not debate. Well, okay, but if you can state it as this is my opinion, that's cool. But when you say something, when you state something in such absolute terms, you're stating it as a fact. And if the facts are in question, need to make some kind of show that this is actually a fact.
Comrade, it is not the truth. Is not the matter. It does not matter what the
all
truth.
I care about.
As long as it is what I can convince the people.
You're not wrong.
Facts are always in question. So you got to learn to like if you're hearing information that is counter to your intuition or counter to information that you have, how to take it in and then express disagreement rather than, you know, demanding a certain format or
I didn't demand a format. I just asked for you to support what you were saying. Yeah. Like show me where you're getting this information from. Like if
that's fair. That's fair.
That was fair, which is why we looked it up. Yeah, what I'm referring to is how when I asked you why you believe that it was never used derogatorily, you had no information at all. Because and you instead, that's what I'm talking about. There is no burden of proof in a discussion.
Sure, but I need to know where you're coming from. I need to know like why you think differently than I do, right?
Yeah, and that's where the discussion comes from, and that's where we're at now.
That's all I'm getting at. I just use terms.
Asking why he believes what he believes is fine. That's the point. Mm-hmm. I asked you why you believe what you believe, and you had no answer. Your answer was, "It's not my burden of proof."
I don't think that's quite accurate. I did explain that I have not seen any context or usage that wasn't
right. After I pushed back on you a little bit, and then once that came out, that's when you said, "But it's not you can't disprove a negative." You were asking me to. I was not. That's my point. Is you're defaulting into a debate bro mentality. I'm only pointing it out. I'm not criticizing you.
It's not. I mean, it's not really debate bro stuff. It's just logic. It's how logic works.
That's more debate bro stuff.
I don't know what to tell you.
We're not anti-debates over here. I don't know if you've seen me going around and around with Marte, right? It's like Melanie Cosmic Fox. Let me do the Melanie Cosmic Fox would be the neutral example.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you're talking to them, and I don't know if you've seen it here, or you've seen it at Sarah's, but Melanie can't have a conversation or say anything without trying to turn it into a debate.
Yeah, and I haven't seen much of her. I think and in fact, I think she got kicked off Sarah's, didn't she?
Yeah, he's been kicked off a lot of places. Yeah, he got kicked off.
Why names keeps? I don't know. Melanie, male, like you're messing with my head.
It's because you try to be polite. I don't, because I think that the tranny thing, I think that it's a despicable thing that they take advantage of mentally ill people, create an entire new market for expensive plastic surgery and then medical care to take care of gaping wounds and other issues.
I'm not even going to argue because, like, I agree with you mostly. Although my only caveat to that is I'm not going to tell a adult they can't make adult decisions, even if they're bad decisions.
And that's where you and I disagree. I think we as a society have not only the right but the obligation to stop portions of our population from harming themselves and to create an environment in which they don't want to when it comes to things like sue of whatnot, self-deletion.
Depends. If it's leading to an infringement on other people's rights, or if it's causing some kind of harm to someone else, I'm in 100% agreement with you, because you know how I stand. You know where I stand on that. It's like your rights. My feeling is your rights end where other people's rights begin. You can't use your rights to take away someone else's.
And I largely agree with you that, because I know me and you were against each other, then we were on each other's side against things. And then so
we got a little bit of friction there, but I think we're mostly in agreement.
Yeah, but let's see, my thing is, right, I'm an authoritarian fascist. I do believe that we have a constitution that we need to abide by, because that's our culture, that's what our people are used to, that's what we as a society decided, right? So I think that when it comes to drugs and mental illness, whether it be trans or otherwise, when you placate into those things and you're soft-handed with those things, it creates a myriad of secondary and tertiary issues that no longer just involve the person making those choices, and it happens almost every time.
Well, that's a recent thing, though, because we've had transsexuals since like the 50s, but they only really became a huge problem about 10 years ago.
We've had transsexuals since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Well, right, but I'm talking about they were publicly, right? You didn't really hear about it much before like the 20th century.
I think the Greeks and the Romans embraced it publicly, actually.
Did they? I haven't heard of that. I've heard
there were Polynesian cultures that embraced it openly. There were African cultures, other Asian cultures. The only thing that I don't know,
it's been with us a long time. Like it's not a new thing.
Well,
it wasn't a problem.
You got to separate in the modern world. You have to separate two things: what was culturally acceptable because people had more of a laissez-faire about relationships and gender roles back then, or was it more mental illness back then just as much as now? Because I think now it's mental illness. I don't think it's a cultural.
It's definitely a mental illness. Definitely a mental illness. I don't know why and up until recently, it was even categorized as a mental illness. Gender dysphoria was in the big handbook they have of diagnosable illnesses. Was it DHS something or other? I think it's called. I'm not a doctor, so forgive me.
That's actually part of my argument that I was making towards you about science, right? Cultural shifts happen. People get bought and paid for.
Yeah.
These changes happen. Like I said, in 100 years, if things keep going the way they're going, being called transgender will probably be a hate slur. They'll make up a new word, or they'll make up some nicer, kinder way of saying it, and it'll be bad to call them trannies.
Maybe, but that's 100 years from now.
Well, it's a problem that we need to get on. We need to get on top of. No pun intended. Get on top of for the future of our next generation, man. Because we got to leave them a better planet than before. This shit's crazy.
Well, that's the ideal, but has that been true for a while? I think we've been we have some of our grandfather's problems we still haven't fixed.
Well, I mean,
we're still paying for the Industrial Revolution, for example.
Well, that's because we won't throw off the yokes of our oppressors, yo.
What do you mean? I was talking about pollution, but
well, I was talking more financial and banking.
That's true too.
Yeah, no, like both of those are actually very important. I didn't even think about it because there's still some rivers and creeks that have like pollution and fucking not bombed out, but like, well, it could be bombed out from the Civil War because my county was like right in the middle of Sherman's March to the Sea. But like, there's shit in rivers from factories and mill houses.
Yeah, all these old factory and mine tailings from the 19th century. Like a lot of that shit, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't become less toxic over time. So,
and there's no effort to remove it at all. It's just somebody else's problem down the road.
Well, there has been, but there's like a priority to these things. There's only so much money to go after it. It's like the Hanford nuclear site eats up a ton of that money.
Well, the Job Corps I went to in Kentucky, right? We specialized in mining related jobs, and then the soft trades did stuff like nursing, medical billing, that sort of thing, right? I was in the hard man trades, all right? So I can't really talk all those. But like I did welding, for instance, but I also got to drive a deuce and a half because part of what we did was not only maintaining the facility and the government aspects of the area we were in, but we also had to go refill. We had to go refill in mines and like help in the reclamation because the government, this mining company worked with the government to fund the Job Corps, so they had people. They didn't have to pay people to do the ecological reclamation. They go fill in stuff, move dirt around, plant trees, that sort of thing as part of their trade, as part of their training and job and living situation at Job Corps. Neither is being gay. That's crazy.
That came out of nowhere.
I was reading D5's comment.
Gotcha. I stepped away from the PC for a second, so I can't see chat.
Fair enough. Butter, flour, and deranged thought patterns. That's crazy. But no, so yeah, now that's a little bit what we do here. I don't really do debates. That's why I very rarely go on Sarah's, like when she's having a conversation style panel, like she did when Bones and stuff was up there, and then Bones like, I want to debate him. I'm like, I'm not gonna let some shitty liberal smirk and do gotchas.
I just remember that guy's name. I was trying to tell Jason about him. Like, you two are gonna get along great. Can't wait. The guy was obnoxious. He's like, I know I'd say he's a clone of Ryan, but clearly they look very different. But they argue the exact same way.
Yeah,
actually, Ryan's somehow less obnoxious than that kid because he wants to sit there and fight me on something as simple as like, if you put power into a data center, it make heat. It's just basic fucking physics. And I'm like, can you show me the numbers?
You got him on that. And the way he tried to say that data centers weren't bad for the environment or weren't bad for the local communities, it's just asinine. And then he tried to make the argument that they didn't drink up as much water as is claimed, and it's like, bruh, that's like one of the biggest issues that these places are having with local communities.
Yeah, I mean, they do use a lot of water, but it's used for cooling, so it does go back into the water cycle. But that doesn't help if you're drawing some water locally, that it's actually taking away from the drinking water and whatnot. I've heard of this happening. I don't know the specifics. I'm not informed enough on it to have much of a comment. I just knew that his whole thing about the heat was completely silly. And I was like, okay.
When we have discussions and not debates, it kind of keeps those people away, and then we get to have our own little arguments that are fun.
Well, so I'm with you, and to be fair, I'm like with you on that. I would much rather we just look at an idea from different angles and tear it apart than sit there and try and go at each other, which is what they want to do. And I'm not interested in that.
Well, it's the leftist debate bro tactics, and it's debate bro tactics in general. You see Marte do that a lot, right? So it's like I like trying to be an okay, decent human being that's like to be around, like people like to be around. So I'm not going to try to debate bro people. Like I'll actually you and be annoying in my own way, but I'm just not going to turn everything into an argument or debate.
Well, the thing they forget is you can beat me rhetorically, with your semantics and stuff. That doesn't mean what you said is actually true if it doesn't actually align with reality.
But it does, because they won the debate, right?
Right, yeah.
It makes it true. That's the mind of a leftist, man.
We can change reality with good argumentation. Yeah. Well, bad argumentation. But
that's why I liked El Perro's correction way up here about the term half-breed. Let me see if I can find it, because there was a second half. I just saw the second half to it. Here it goes. Race and breed. Race and breed were used interchangeably and very loosely. Both came into English language approximately the same time. The term race was eventually debunked as biological classification. And then he says, race is a social reality that affects how people are treated, their access to resources, then their health outcome due to systematic factors. I don't agree with all of that, right? But I would rather somebody be able to say that than just trying to beat somebody with dogmatism, because we can then get into that as a group and discuss, why I don't agree with it being systematic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus just doing fucking dictionary discussion of what definitions are.
I understand it from both sides. It's tedious and it's annoying, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're talking about the same thing the other person's talking about. So, but if it's a really common definition, I can understand, like, why are we talking about this? But for certain technical terms or certain terms that are sometimes used colloquially differently than how they're used technically, you might want to know which one you're talking about. Because like a lot of people will say scant, for example, when they're talking about resources, without really knowing what that term means in economics. Like colloquially, you're thinking it means something that's not readily available or something that's very limited. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Okay,
but that's wrong, at least according to economics. In economics, scant just means it's a resource for which decisions have to be made. It's not freely available, but it doesn't mean it's not abundant. Potable water is a scant resource, but it is very abundant, at least in our country. In our country, you can't go anywhere without finding potable water.
So I get that, and I can understand where you're coming from, but like whenever we speak colloquially, it's how the common man understands it, right? And I think whenever we talk about law, whenever we talk about anything, right, we need to make it where the common man can understand it.
To a point, I agree. That's why I try to avoid loaded terms. But when it comes to like an economics discussion, I can't avoid those terms. It's, I've got to use them. And then when I'm talking about economics, it's going to use that economic definition, because otherwise it's going to be very difficult to talk about it. That's why I'll explain certain things, but not everything needs. You're right. Not everything needs an explanation.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
But I do think you got to have a little bit of give there. There might be some times when you do maybe want to make sure you're talking about the same thing instead of talking past each other.
Yeah, well, and that's why it's always okay to even in debate, right? Even in debate and conversation, it's always okay to ask for clarification. Like, what do you mean by that?
Sure.
And whenever I host and I don't understand something, I just hit people with this. What do you mean by that?
And if I was doing like a formal debate with someone, I'm going to give them all of this before the debate even starts. Like, they're going to get my sources, they're going to get my definitions. I'm going to give them a copy of my opening, right? Just so I can setting the tone. They know where they know what I'm going to be using for information, right? And what its scope will be, right? And I invite them to do the same, so I know what they're doing, and I can look at where they're coming from, and it's going to help me, understand what tone they're looking for. And I'm just flabbergasted this isn't more common on these more like I'm not on the panels, obviously. I'm talking about like when it's usually like a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 kind of thing, which was prearranged. I'm just surprised. I was surprised to hear recently that that isn't very common. I'm like, what? I thought that was just the norm. Obviously, on a panel, it's just impractical. You don't even know who's going to be there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, I don't think a lot of the online debates are actually true debates. They're just where people come in to clash words and argue.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how loosely or how narrowly you want to define debate. Like, I think it is a form of debate. Is it as organized and structured as, say, an Oxford debate? No, but I don't think that means I don't think that means it isn't debate. It just means a different kind of debate.
Fair enough. I don't really.
A game running in the background. I was like, what is that noise?
No, it's the washing machine, and then my boy is wanting to go be out with everybody, but he's a bad boy that don't listen, so he has to stay here with me.
No, it was on my end. I heard something in my headset that was like, what was that sound? I'm like, oh yeah, the game's still running when you called me up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really have much to talk about today.
Okay.
We've reached the 3-hour mark. If you guys want an extension, let me know if you want to send one. But I'm thinking about ending it, and I'm looking for somewhere for us to go. I don't really know where you guys would be interested in going. So I guess you guys like panels. So I guess I'll send you to another panel show.
Oh no. Who's even running right now?
Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just I like talking to people. I like having fun, and these type of conversations that me and you had is the things that I live for.
Cool.
Because it is amazingly fun for me.
Yeah, I much prefer having like a reasonable back and forth where we discuss like the traditional form of debate would be you present a thesis, right? And I come up with an antithesis. But we keep going back and forth and we whittle away at the idea until we get to like the core and can really see what it is for what it is. Like that for me is the value in discussion. But if it's just going to be about what a big pooty head I am, then I'm just going to concede, yeah, I'm probably a big pooty head and go do something more productive with my time because I didn't want to talk about myself.
Do you care if I keep it going?
No, if you want to keep it going, go ahead, actually, yeah.
I would leave it up to the audience. Put a 1 if you want to keep it going. And also would like to invite Casper to come up and talk about whatever he wants to. He often gets talked over on panels, and I'd like to give him a platform to where he can kind of just pontificate a little.
I like Casper, but he's very, very talky.
D5 said, oh, hell no. Why don't you come up, D5? I offer D5 the same exact offer.
He's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Agent D5 said, oh, hell nah, I'm out.
Am I that bad? Jeez, I'm sorry.
Nah. But no, Denny, you getting ones in the chat. You can keep it going. I got to get these headphones off. So I'll be here, but I'll be muted up and I won't be listening because I got to get these headphones off. They're starting to hurt my ears.
Yeah, I took my headphones off over an hour ago. Now I got kind of like a second wind.
Okay.
So y'all can keep it going. Casper can have that the invite. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be here and the sound's gonna be turned up, but I'm gonna have my earphones off.
I offer the same. When Casper's at work, I offer the same offer to D5. I was gonna give her priority too, but Casper shit on that. So, what were we talking about before this? Did you guys resolve your race conversation? Did we determine whether or not race exists?
I gave him something to read. We kind of ended that conversation there and pivoted to something else.
What up, Alwyn? Shameless? Oh, soon, she says. ... To be continued. White people say race doesn't exist. I assume he's white. Yeah, that is your contention, right? Race does not exist.
I said it was pseudoscience. I'll accept it in the terms of like a social construct but that's still not like a real thing. It's just a category we decide to put people in.
But is the category completely arbitrary, or is it based on reality?
It's based just an observation of something that's not super significant, which is skin color.
You don't think skin color is super significant in human society?
Not really. No, not really.
Really?
Like I'm not saying it doesn't. I mean, it helps in certain regions of the world, and in other regions, although I don't know of any regions where it hurts, but it's definitely helpful in like some of the southern or right around the equator. But no, I don't really care what someone's skin color is.
Are you American or Canadian?
American.
And you think skin color has little to no significance in America?
And that's not what I meant or said. I said I don't give it any significance. There are definitely people who do.
Well, when you say people who do, almost everybody else but you, right?
It's a lot of people, but there's a lot of people. But I mean, I'm not the only person who's saying this is pseudoscience either. So there are other people like me. It might not be a majority. I don't know. I don't know what the polls are on that. I haven't seen one.
What's pseudo about it?
What you mean? Huh?
What's pseudo about it?
What's pseudo about it? Okay, for it to be like a genetic classification, it would have to fit into a hierarchical model, and there's nothing hierarchical about race.
Why does it have to be hierarchical?
Because that's how genetics is structured.
Break that down for me.
So something had to come from something else.
So you're sure that
and something is passed on to something else, like it.
But that just either that assumption is overly broad, or it's demonstrably false when I look to nature.
Well, it is very broad.
Like, because cats, did tabby cats come from different kind of cats than black cats?
You can have a tabby cat from black parents, yes.
Well, they're both tabby cats.
Right, they are. You just can't, like, would you think of a black cat may actually have stripes and you just can't see them because the stripes and the base coat wind up being the same color.
And that's what you think the difference is between black people and white people?
Yes.
Wow. And this is, how did you come to this conclusion?
Just looking at science and the data, like, I don't see any useful distinctions made by talking about race.
Well, useful is subjective. That's what I asked you. You said that essentially blacks and whites are the identical breed, for lack of a better term, and the only difference is the color of their fur.
Pretty much.
Well, now you're saying pretty much.
You're going to see differences that are based off of culture more than they're based off of the color of the skin.
Well, I'm just talking about genetic differences here.
Right. But
because that was the original claim.
Well, what part of the genome are you even looking at, for one thing? Like, depending on which part you're going to look at, you're going to see there's almost no difference at all, or in other contexts, it can be up to about 10% because there can be up to a 10% difference of DNA between humans from different parts of the world. Still human, still can breed and pass down information through our genes, but yes, there are very minor differences sometimes.
Genetic
yeah.
That are not hierarchical.
What do you mean?
Well, according to your definition.
No, they are. They came to us from our ancestors. We can trace back the lineage most of the way, or not most of the way, but a good ways back until we run out of DNA.
So now race is founded in hierarchical genetic differences then.
No. How do you figure?
Because you just told me it was.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Okay, what did I say that made it hierarchical?
I asked you if there's differences genetically between black people and white people. I asked you if those.
I wasn't talking about just black and white people. There's genetic differences between white people and white people. You're not listening.
Yeah, but nobody. No, I'm listening. You're the one who's not listening because we're not talking about white people and white people.
I understand.
We're talking about white people and black people and Asian people, Indian people, right? All the different races that we have. We're talking about that. Race. The thing you say doesn't exist and is only pseudoscience. Is it not based in genetics? Can we not tell someone's race from their genes?
I actually don't think you can, because the same code for making melanin is present in all humans. It just expresses differently in certain ethnic groups than others. And it's largely geographic nature, not
So you can determine their ethnicity from their genes.
How?
Well, that's what you just said.
No, I just told you the opposite. I'm saying you're going to find the coding for making melanin in any DNA sample from any human on Earth.
And then you said it may express itself differently in people's genes.
But that's based off environment.
Okay, well, I'm not arguing that environment isn't what causes people to be different. The argument is whether or not they're different.
But you understand? Okay, let me back this up a little bit. So the code, let's think of it like a computer program. The code that makes the melanin exists throughout all humans. Okay, environmental pressures might activate some other gene sequence that's already there, and it's again all humans, but only comes about when certain pressures are put upon this, say like malaria-rich environment, hot deserts, whatever. Then it will.
But that's not true.
Okay.
A black person's DNA can, you can find out that they're black whether or not they've ever even been outdoors.
Angry Casper's angry. I'm sorry that you want race to be a real thing. It's not.
No offense, but you're saying you constantly contradicted yourself so far 3 times. Don't talk. No, I understood what you said. You are constantly contradicting yourself. You're making claims that are observably false and flat on their face. You are.
Then you completely misunderstood everything I've said.
I mean, that's wonderful. That's very convenient for you. So what about the fact that you can tell whether or not someone's going to be black, whether or not they've ever even been outside, simply by looking at their DNA?
How can you? Show me.
There's genetic markers for race.
Where? Show me.
So your ignorance is the only thing you're basing this off?
Well, you keep saying it's there, and I'm just asking you to show it to me.
No. So you're completely ignorant of the science involved.
I'm waiting for you to show me. I must be ignorant. Show me.
No, I'm not your fucking biology teacher. Do you know that you can tell skin color from genetics or not? Because you admitted to it 2 minutes ago.
That's not what I said. You completely misunderstood what I was talking about.
Can you determine someone's skin color from their genetics?
I told you they can't. Because it's going to...
We can't tell black people from white people.
The same code for white and black people is in all humans. It's not.
You can't tell the difference between a black person and a white person from a genetic sample.
Show me how you can. Show me the test for it. Because they, DNA tests, they don't look for a race, right? They look for biological markers based off of the region that they collected other DNA samples from. Because there isn't a biological marker for race.
That you're literally describing a biological marker.
No, it's...
Yeah.
No, it's not even a marker. It's just a label where they pick the DNA source from. All right. And even then, it's just a
all you're doing is now you first of all you're still contradicting yourself because now it's not just shut the fuck up. All right, I'm done with you. You fucking idiot. I'm probably gonna shut this down unless somebody wants to come up and talk about something else. Real quick, so I can finish what I was saying, because this Berg can't even listen to a sentence that challenges his fucking ignorance. Moron. If it's in your DNA, it's biological. There are biological markers in the DNA that can predict skin color to near certainty. And if you're saying it's only skin color, and then saying that we use geography in order to categorize it, you're admitting that it's more than just skin color. Now all of a sudden there's a geographical component. I'm sorry that you don't understand what words mean, and that for some fucking reason, I don't know why, which is why I think Casper brought it up to begin with, your race. I don't know why a white guy would be offended by the fact that race is real. That's fucking weird. So whether or not you want to argue that race is used incorrectly, whether or not we can have, some different terminology, and whether or not people understand what race means, sure, could talk about that all day. But would you just tell me that there's no difference between skin color? Between what? An Asian person and a white person? You gonna tell me our eyelids aren't different? Do you know what gouging means? Our hair isn't different. We're not susceptible to different diseases. We don't process external stimuli in different ways. We don't have our own set of different cultural and medical challenges. I mean, come on, man. You're making a joke out of yourself. You can't listen to the opposing position, and then you're going to tell me, fuck me, when you know I have the keys to the StreamYard and talk over me? You're an idiot. Fuck off. Go fucking join some debate bro channel. Let's see what D5 has here. There you go, man. Read about PCR, dude. Can you, D5, you sure you don't want to come up here and speak on this? I mean, I'll do it through the chat if I have to, but I would like to learn from you. My question is, what does this address? Let me see if I can read it. It seems like a bad idea since I'm the only person talking right now, but let's see. I gotta go into the chat and click it. I can't say he was undeserving. Not sure what you mean by that. Okay, I'm clicking the link now. DNA-based inference of biogeographic ancestry should therefore include ancestry informative DNA markers of all three kinds. Autosomal, chromosomal, okay, so men and women, and mitochondrial. Okay, yeah, good point. If all of a person's biological ancestors here, let me see if I can share this too. Oh, I got you, Ben. Yeah, I wasn't even really that mad. Just, like my frustration there was when normally I will not give anyone the type of treatment I gave him when he came here, which was to assume that he was way better than he was and explain to him flat out how I'm not going to debate bro with you. You're not going to talk over me, and you're not going to talk about burdens of proof and gay shit. And I'm going to treat you like you're an actual adult who can think. My mistake. My mistake. You're Marte. Let's see if I can bring this up. And if it will be somewhat legible. See if I take the comment down. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This, and like, I don't, like, maybe if some of you don't like listen to me stream a lot and you can like feel me and hear my thought process when I'm trying to deal with somebody like this. This is when I tapped out. If you don't know that you can tell someone's fucking skin color with a DNA test, you don't know anything about genetics. But you're up here telling me that race isn't real with your chest. You're mocking the idea that it's real. Fuck you, you haven't done the slightest bit of research into this topic and you're arguing with me? Get out of my face with that. No. You can't gaslight me. I'm a retard, but I'm not that retarded. Alright, let's get back to the good stuff. So men and women and mitochondrial. If all persons' biological ancestors came from the same geographical region, then these three kinds of DNA markers will, in the ideal case, all lead to the same conclusion as that person's biogeographic ancestry. For a person whose biological ancestors... Why does it say that twice? For a person whose biological ancestors, I'm going to assume that's correct for the time being, came from different regions, the autosomal DNA markers can be used to make quantitative inferences about that person's mixed biogeographic ancestry. While the Y and MT DNA markers separately and uniquely reflect the biographic ancestry of that person in the male and female lineages, respectively. Nonetheless, the currently available forensic DNA tests often enable only limited inference of a mixing of ancestors from different geographic regions, if such mixing occurred many generations ago. 100%. And that's why I use the low-hanging fruit of a black person and a white person in America, right? Because that's like cheating, test-wise. The largest inference can be made there. Ancestry informative DNA markers selected from population genetic studies around the world have been used to develop and validate numerous forensic DNA test systems. These are highly reliable because of the number and diversity of the DNA markers. I wouldn't have made this claim, so let me back up here a little bit. This is probably where I'm about to learn something. Hold on. It's not easy on a tablet. Ancestry informative DNA markers selected from population genetic studies around the world have been used to develop and validate numerous forensic DNA test systems. These are highly reliable because of the number and diversity of the DNA markers used with respect to the populations that are to be distinguished from one another. With the aid of these test systems, crime scene samples can be used to determine the biogeographic ancestry of any person at the level of detail of the continental regions, Europe, Sub-Saharan Africa, East Asia, South Asia, Oceania, and the Americas, where the indigenous population of each region are met. I'm still suspicious of only geography, or geography being the only ancestry, behind these markers. But I accept that as the current science, and that would explain that, right? If you could expect that if we evolve differently in these, it's just environmentally caused, which, if you recall, I granted him that as part of the conversation, and he still would not engage me on that. Then having a lot of fucking samples, of people who don't really leave anywhere, or in the modern era can be tracked and traced where they did go, would give you reliable testing solely on geographic markers alone, which should make sense if you've spent more than 5 to 10 minutes looking into this subject. Willful ignorance, which is enough to fucking make me want to not talk to him. And then he added, like, mockery and disrespect on top of it, which, you know, fuck you. You haven't read the slightest bit of what you're talking about. Yeah, that's access to the internet. He can read, exactly. I'm going to supercharge what I need to do. I'll be back in like 30. I don't know if I'm going to keep this going for 30 minutes. I only removed him so that I could finish talking, and then he left. So there's really not anything else to... there's no one else for me to talk to. If you brave D5 go up, why 10th man scared of me talking about red pill? 10th man. Is he? You don't need to read all of this. Oh, I lost it. There are differences. Yeah, I know. I mentioned that to him as well. But I did want to read that part. That part was going directly to what I was talking about, and it also it touched upon the ceiling of my understanding. Right. That's where, like, my current limitation and understanding of this topic is. And if you go back and listen to the stream, or if you were able to discern it at the time, you'll see how I operate. I granted him that leeway. I didn't argue those things because it actually goes beyond what I know. And I get really fucking pissed off at people who have put no effort into learning what they're talking about, no less than I do, and then spit in the face of my grace when I hesitate to make assertions that go above my pay grade. It's really fucking insulting for someone who likes to have conversations as a hobby. Workout wars the future generation have pissing in the wind argument. Yes, kind of slow, disappointed, right? Like, yes. Okay, D5 and angry are flirting. I'm jealous, not gonna lie. What's that? You sim spirit? You timing me out, by the way, and flows that my haters now ban me and report me all the time. Man, you guys got beef or what? There are other articles that provide sufficient information to support that there are DNA differences. I mean, yeah, we know this. And I'm willing to explore the inadequacies of the term race and, like, people's misconceptions. It's the whole point. But you're just going to tell me it doesn't exist? And then make claims, like he contradicted himself 3 times and then denied it. Yes, Ben, exactly. And again, I'm not going to, like, the word species might not be the right word in this case. But far more than just geographical environmental influences. At the end of the day, if we're to believe in evolution at all, which I don't, right? But I consider it the best explanation we have so far. The only differences between a cockroach and me is environmental. For fuck's sake. The environment is what controls everything. And I would add that your genetics are in a constant feedback loop with your environment. There's no such thing as nature versus nurture. They're the same thing. So if environment can cause me to be a banana or a human being, it certainly can cause me to be an Asian or a European. But that these roots, right, are going to be far more delineated than the people who would like to erase the concept of white people, for example, from the face of the planet will have you believe. And I don't make the claim. It just seems to make sense to me. And I, at the same time, like, again, I won't browbeat someone with that. I'll stop and say, okay, it's environmental. It's geographical. Granted. So that's real, right? Where's the pseudo? Jack would be good to go to. I'll check that out. Let's see what Jack's up to. One in the chat if you want to go to Jack's. Unless somebody wants to come up and I'll give them the floor, any topic they want. I'm going to send everybody over to Jack's here. Oh, wow, there's 6 people on the panel. Chuck's over there. Well, I realized the last time I tried to do this, the person didn't have it turned on. So I honestly don't even know how to do this. Let me see if I can figure it out. Yeah, so it was another Tuesday. Those two are always going at each other.
I can set the. I can set the thing if people want to someone over there. That seems
Yeah,
like
not everything you said came through, but yeah, if you want to dump us all over at Jack's.
Yeah, I'll dump us all over at Jack's. Let me get that set up. I feel like we could use this, I feel like we can use
A palate cleanser.
Yeah. A Salcadian exchange, if you will.
I'm gonna try to get up on the panel, but there's a lot of people, and I don't know if I'll be able to talk to him.
Well, Landry's up there, so there's that retardation you're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We'll do the.
That's a lot of fucking clicking. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you all for joining me in Didison. We're probably gonna go to Jack's. Thank you all. Love y'all. Appreciate you all. Y'all have a good day.